This is your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. We're gonna play this intro and get started.
He say, basement, boxing talk. You know I'm a warrior, right? Fuck that, I'm a champion. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. I'm feeling cocky. I hit a thing to beat the ring, a boof up like I'm Rocky. ASAP, any opponent think they can stop me. I stay strapped, with a chop, tryna learn my moves so you can copy. You gotta give it your all. Gotta give it your all. When you're back against the wall. When you're back against the wall. When you the one people call. When you the one people call. To keep greatness involved. To keep greatness involved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect your jaw. 12 rounds if you can last. Better protect your fall. I got hits like Mayweather. You hit that round of applause. No question, the problem solved. Basement, boxing talk. Left, right, jab in the hook. Better protect.
This your boy Basement Boxing Talk coming to you live. And we got waiting on the people to join in. We got the good brother Brandon in the building and good brother Coach Sims in the building. How you guys doing?
Man, I'm good, basement. You know, I cannot complain right now, man. Just out here grinding and making it happen.
That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up, man. Yeah, we got some boxing to talk. I'm gonna see if Black Star them jump in. If not, we'll get started. But couple topics on today's show will be we got the Fury and Whyte purse bid has been completed. We'll talk about that. We're gonna talk about what AJ take step aside money and what's your everybody's input on that. We also gonna talk about the Shakur and versus Valdez fight. We're gonna recap last week's Gary Russell Jr. fight. We also gonna talk about Gary Antwan Russell and what he got going on next. And any other hot topics in boxing you guys want to talk about. Let me get these guys in here. All right, well, as we want to wait on these guys to jump in. We get started in a couple seconds. Like people jump in the chat. First topic. The Fury versus Whyte purse bid is complete. You heard about that, Brandon?
Oh yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. Yeah, saw it yesterday.
So they saying with that purse bid, it was only 2 bidders in the whole 2 bidders period. It was Frank Warren and Eddie Hearn on Matchroom.
Yeah, that was it, man. Only had 2 people bid on it, but I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a lot. I didn't think it was going to be more than 3 bids total. So 2 bids, that's about right for that fight.
Who you thought it might else would have bid on the fight?
I actually thought that this is gonna sound stupid, but I thought Triller was gonna bid on it.
Right.
I mean, I know it's it is one of those weird, stupid things, but I thought they were gonna bid on it.
So with the come down of this, they said that Frank Warren won, and he won the rights to the WBC heavyweight title between Fury and Dillian Whyte, and it's supposed to be committed at a $41,025,000 purse. Fury
Yeah, that's about right.
getting 29.5 million, and Dillian Whyte getting 7.3 million, with the winner getting a 4.1 bonus, $4.1 million bonus.
Okay, that's okay. Hey, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, man. I can't come. Hey, that's those guys about to get paid. That's the one thing for sure.
Salute God Body News was good, brother. We got started late today. It's cool. Can you explain to me this? They said it's a 10% of the winning bid per WBC rules. What's that?
Okay, ask that question again.
They said, okay, it says a bonus of 4.1 million will go to the winner. 10% of the winning bid per WBC rules.
Oh, you have to put up a 10% deposit. That's all. Like whenever you're gonna bid for a fight like that, you got to say, hey, if it's gonna be $41 million, I got to be able to put up like 4 million, a little bit of change to secure the rights. That's all. Because nothing stops somebody from bidding on a fight and then they don't have anything close to the amount of money to take to make the fight happen. So then you're kind of stuck there trying to go to the next bidder. Kind of, I mean, not exactly what happened with Triller, but in a way where it's easy to default.
Okay. Oh, so basically, okay, so the 4.1. So basically, what they're saying is, as I'm reading, you just explained to me, the total fight purse was 4.1. 41 million.
Yeah.
So Frank Warren had to put up 4.1 million to even bid on the fight, right?
Yeah, you have to be able, whatever your bid's going to be, you have to be able to put that 10% of that up to secure it.
All right, so then that 10% is going to the fighter who wins the fight.
That 10% goes to the fighter. The WBC just takes it as a security. So what it is if me and you were going to bid on that fight, I have to say, okay, I'm bidding 10% of what I'm going to pay. So I got to say, look, here's $4.1 million. You'll give $3.2 million. I'm the highest bidder. So then what happens is after the fight or at a certain time period, the fighters split whatever the purse is, and the WBC and everybody takes their sanctioning fees and everything then.
Right. Okay. Cool. Black Star said he about to join us in a minute. So were you surprised at how much the bid went for?
Yeah. Well, I think we're going to go in the 30s, but I was surprised Frank Warren put up 41 million, but I guess not really when you think about Top Rank and other people being involved in it. It's not too surprising, I guess, when I think about it like that. Yeah, I mean, at first I was like, man, that's a lot of money because it was a record number, but
You said that's a record
it's
number?
that's a record number. 41 million is the highest number ever for a purse bid.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's a lot of money.
So that. So, so I wonder where they're gonna make this fight at.
Yeah, it's gonna be in England. That's why. I mean, only two people bid on it were British promoters. That fight's not coming to America. Would be no point.
You said there'd be no point for the fight to come to America at all.
No. I mean, you got two British fighters. You might as well do it in Britain. They'll make the money there.
Right. That's cool. What else? Let me see. Let me get your input on, if you were AJ, would you take the step aside money that was supposed to have been offered to him?
I mean, I would have said, look, the step aside money with a guarantee that you're gonna have the champ to fight. And I had like an ironclad contract saying, "Look, this is what's going to be. This is how it's going to be. There's not going to be any shenanigans, no loopholes. It is what it is." I would have took the step aside money, but I don't. But I didn't have a problem with him saying, "Look, I want to fight, no step aside money." But I do think when you consider taking the money, you're kind of leaving that option open.
And what kind of option is that, you say?
Well, if you start thinking about, oh, I might take the step aside money, or if I'm offered the step aside money and you don't immediately say no, then that means you're thinking about it at least.
Right. 20 million. It was a $20 million offer for step aside money, wasn't it? Correct.
Yeah, 15 million pounds, about $20 million. Yeah.
Between me and you, that's a lot of money for some step aside money, bro.
I mean, dude, that's a lot of money. I mean, that's not chump change, but like I said, at the same time, I don't know what all is there with it. It could be more to it than what we know. But I look at it as, look, it's I'm trying to think how to say it. It was offered. Now, from what I understand, it became one of those issues where they were changing stuff around, or they were attempting to change stuff around, or something. So I don't exactly know if they made uh, or if they tried to make changes or things to it. But to me, in my opinion, I look at it as saying, look, you can take it or not take it. If I'm making sense, because my whole thing with it is that if you want it, take it. If you don't want it, don't take it. I didn't have a problem with either decision he made. But I think when you say, "Hey, I might take it," you kind of create an issue of, okay, he's thinking about it at least. And if you're at least thinking about it, then there's a possibility you're going to take it. If he would have came out and said, "Look, this is offered to me," I'm immediately saying no. I'm immediately throwing it in the trash. I'm immediately this and that. It's a different discussion. But that's a lot of money, and you have to kind of think, well, what do you want? What do you not want?
For him to take step aside money, he would be able to fight the winner of that fight, right?
I mean, yeah, you can negotiate that. That's what you negotiate. You say, look, if I'm taking this, then I want this. That's what you want to be able to say.
Right. And
Um,
I think that would buy him more time with a new trainer. And yeah, I think I'd take that if I was him.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he's gonna get a new trainer. I think what he will do is get a new.
Somebody else to work with.
Yeah, he might say, "Look, give me somebody else to work with," but I don't think he's gonna get a new trainer. I think he's saying, "Look, maybe we find some new things here and there," but yeah, I don't think he's gonna be like, "Oh, let's go get a new trainer in here." But I mean, I'm also one of the kind of people where I say, "Look, you don't turn down, free money."
Right.
I'm like,
$20
look,
million
if somebody
dollars
offers,
just not to fight. That's a lot of money.
yeah, and I guess, but like
And,
I said, if
and
you're
give him
already rich, though, maybe it don't
give
matter.
him time to go back to the drawing board too. Give him time to go back to the drawing board. Like you say, maybe work out with bring some other guys in the camp, and work on some new things, and iron sharp as iron.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, exactly like that. But but like I said, everybody has their reasons and their decisions for it, and that was his. So, and like I said, I don't have a problem with it. But now my thing is, let's get this other fight on and popping. Like, if you're gonna have that rematch with Usyk, let's go ahead and get it going. Let's not sit here and delay anything. Let's not have a reason for any yada yada yada. Because I think one of the things has been ever since last year with Wilder, and the whole, are they going to have to, when Wilder, not Wilder, but when Fury and Joshua were trying to get the fight going last year in the Middle East, a lot of fans want to see this fight. The problem is not so much that they don't want to see this fight. The problem is that I think it's like we keep getting into this whole, is it going to happen, and then it falls apart somehow. And I think fans are getting a little annoyed with that.
Right.
So yeah, and I mean, and let's be real. We want to see an undisputed heavyweight champ, and don't 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 tickle us with the idea that it may happen. Like, don't do that.
Right. I understand that.
But yeah, man. But you would be surprised how often people negotiate things and it just falls apart. It happens, man.
Yeah. A lot of people don't live up to their words. A lot of people don't know how to negotiate either. Wow, man. I brought my cup.
What's up?
Now I thought about my water bottle up here.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second.
Well, go ahead, man.
Okay, I'm back. We got Black Star Sports TV in the building. What's good, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
What's going on?
Salute to y'all
Hey,
this
what's up,
morning,
Black Star?
man. All right, now good to see y'all, brothers, man. Hope everybody had a good week and everything.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. But what's the goings on in the boxing world?
I I was about to say something and it came across my phone. Breaking news: Tom Brady returned.
Good. Sick of that motherfucker. Sick of. Oh,
Hey, you know what's crazy though? Even though we're getting a little bit off topic, we're talking about that, man. That's crazy because Big Ben just retired. Now Big Ben got to share the podium with Tom Brady. If I was Big Ben, I might wait one more year.
yeah. Big Ben should have been retired. He should have been got out of there. He been looking like shit for the last three years. But I mean, I understand you got opportunity to stay in and make that money, man. Hey, I can't blame you. But I tell you, man, I don't know what the Steelers are going to do now, but they finally going to have to move forward. And I think it's going to make them a much better ball club moving forward because they got a good team. It's just that they've been lacking on the offensive side, and Big Ben ain't been what he used to be. And they just held him there too long, man. And I think that's what everybody's going to figure out. It would be lovely to see them get Deshaun Watson. I'd love to see that.
Hey, I don't think y'all boys. I don't think y'all Houston owner gonna let him go, man.
Oh, dude, we don't care about Deshaun Watson. We're like, dude, nobody wants to take him because nobody knows what's going to end up happening to him in court. They're like, look, he might not be that. He might get traded and end up, getting suspended. So I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all believe? Do y'all think the allegations with Deshaun Watson are true? Because it's been this long, no court dates, nothing has happened. This is similar to the Rolly situation.
Yeah, they just whitewashed him, man. They took him and just railroaded the hell out of him. It already done cost him a whole year of his career, notoriety, and then destroyed his reputation. People already see him as guilty without even never having a trial, which just let you know it's just like it's not about having a trial and getting a conviction. It's just about just taking you and making you dirty and putting you back out there so that people have to look at you with their side eye. That's what nowadays. That's the thing that's going on more than anything. You could be innocent as anything, and there's no longer innocent until proven guilty in this country. It just don't exist. Now we can sabotage you. We'll take you out there, let the rumor circles swirl around you, and people get to thinking and talking and rumors, and people fly with it. But when you look at the evidence and everything, man, it's not nothing concrete. Because if it was, he'd have already been convicted by now. And they ain't even moving on that. And what's taking them so long to move on that? Why not move on that? If it's such an ironclad case, we got all these women, just like Bill Cosby, all these women. We got all these, and all that shit don't add up to nothing. That's why ain't nothing happened to him. But they leave him in purgatory because the guy that owns the Houston Texans, he already proved himself to be a racist. We already know that. He done made the comments, So that I don't even think I have to debate that with anybody. But he, at the same time, he's gonna keep this dude in line, because like he said, he didn't want the inmates ruling the asylum, So them was his words. So that's how he look at them. So that tells you he got to keep this guy in line. Now, we paid you this money. Now all of a sudden you want to leave. We're going to show you who the power is. We're going to set you down. And every owner in the league who had a chance to look at this and observe all the details. Miami was close to getting him at one point, and they backed out. And that was looking like where he was going to head to. But I think just being anywhere else is going to be a benefit to him. But I don't believe any of that stuff is true, man. I really don't. But, Brandon, you might have something that I don't know.
Here's what I'll say. If 20 women make allegations against you for all the same things, and you say, look, I did some stuff, but it wasn't as they say it is, I can't say that he's completely innocent or completely guilty. I can say, look, you weren't being smart with your decision making. I'll say that much. So, because the thing is, they're not prosecuting him. These are all just civil suits. So these are people suing him for money. So it is one of those things where if 20 people come out or I don't know, it was more than 10 people come out and make allegations against you, I can't say that, oh, well, you're completely guilty, but I can say, look, there was something you were not doing correctly, and you got to figure out what you're going to do in the future going forward. Because after everything we've seen with OJ and a lot of other athletes who have caught themselves in situations, you got to be smart, man.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. And That's the number one thing for these celebrities, man. They get that big money and everything, and it's always somebody there with the pimp hand to bring you back down off your big high. They get the feeling like they're the big man. They let them know we're gonna tax you a little bit. We gave you this money, but you're gonna get taxed a little bit. And then the word of mouth going around, they put that with that brush, they just dirty you up a little bit there. So that every time you walk around, that's gonna always be over your head. Rest of his life, he's never gonna live that down because of the allegations. I mean, they are that serious. But like you say, everything has been about money. It hasn't been about justice, as in you guilty and you need to suffer and you need to go to jail and you need to do this. Nobody is really pushing that, but they are pushing. Well, I need some money. I need that money. Let me see that money. Where that money be at? Money. Yeah, give me that money. That's where they living at. And they ain't really worried about too much, nothing else. And it's a damn shame that you can hold somebody's career up a year in this country without any conviction, and put everything to a halt in his life, and they go through a whole season and the fan base cool with it. The fan base is turning on them as we speak. And they're sitting there and like, yeah, man, we don't worry about him. We got other dudes. I'm like, man, y'all ain't got nothing nowhere near close to a quarterback other than Deshaun Watson. So I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. You ain't have one before he got there. I mean, what's going on with y'all? Y'all don't see what's happening on the field? Sacrifice a whole season. Man, hell, I'd have been going crazy. Man, get Deshaun in here, man. What the fuck you talking about? He ain't nothing wrong. He ain't did that shit. He ain't convicted. I mean, you a fan. You want to win. You don't get time for all that other stuff they talking about. Plus, if you don't have the evidence that really convicts this man ain't really been convicted in the court of law, you're not supposed to treat him that way. That's supposed to be the American way. Not supposed to.
Well. Here's the thing I would say. Remember, he said, and I'm not making excuses, but he said, "Hey, I want to be traded." So when you say you want to be traded, you got to realize you have no hometown support, especially when you really haven't been. And I'm not, you really haven't been wrong. You were upset because they didn't consult you on who the coach should be. Okay, we get that. Now I understand you're mad, but to say, "Look, you should trade me," okay, you ain't gonna have no hometown support at that point. And again, let's be real. I'm a Cowboys fan, but if Dak Prescott says, "You know what, you guys went with this coach and didn't consult me, I want to be traded," hey, we there's no love. I'm like, look, get him out of here, and that's where he's at. Because I think I'm not going to speculate, but I think if he had not said he wanted to be traded, and these allegations happen, it'd be a different discussion. Because then fans would say, "Look, you're holding up our team's success. Figure out something." Versus you want to be traded, so you don't want to play here anymore. So really, we don't care if you sit for the next 3 or 4 years because you're not part of the team anyway.
Man, that's you make a lot of sense. A lot of people do think that way, but to me, I feel like they're wrong in the respect of this quarterback here has shown himself to be very special. There ain't but a handful of special quarterbacks in the NFL. So he's a prime commodity. If you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Tom Brady, you got Ben, even Big Ben. Big Ben, long after Big Ben wasn't even Big Ben no more. They still talked to Big Ben, still gave Big Ben respect and all this. And he ain't done nothing in years and all that type of stuff. This guy who you want, now the quarterback has to think, this is my team. This is me. I'm running now this whole show. I'm running everything. He got to feel secure in that. That's why a lot of times a quarterback, when they pick a quarterback, the guy that's been pushing them, they'll get rid of him just to take the pressure off the quarterback. But with him, they didn't want to give him the same courtesy. But everybody knows that. I mean, think about it. You took away the best receiver in the league from him. Just take him out of there. Bloop, bloop. I mean, you're already demolishing him and trade him for David Johnson, who hasn't been David Johnson in years and is never going to be David Johnson again. One of the worst trades. I mean, you make moves like that without consulting him. I mean, I can understand him being upset because if you're going out there and you're taking ownership of the team and you're saying, well, I'm the man, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to lead us to a championship and my guys and everything. And you had a nucleus there that could have got it done. But then you start ripping people apart. Even J.J. Watt had to come up and say, man, I'm sorry, man, how we treated you and everything. And he asked to get the hell out of here. And you know how crazy it was in Houston about J.J. Watt. You couldn't ride nowhere around this motherfucker without seeing J.J. Watt on a poster. You know, HEB, JJ Watt, you know, everywhere. He had to say that. So, you know, it's pretty bad, man. I just think it's like it's a shame that an owner can take out his vendetta against a player like that. And then the whole, instead of another owner saying, okay, well, that's how he feel. Well, I don't feel that way. Hell, I'm the owner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Up until this year, I haven't seen a semblance of no quarterback. I'll take him. You know what I'm saying? What I got to lose? Hell, I ain't got nothing no way. I put his picture up on the board. He big in Florida anyway, so hey, why not? Nobody.
I don't disagree with you, but let's be real. We're in Houston. Houston is not the Houston ownership is not known for being smart. They're not known for being smart. So you can't. I know what you're saying, but you're saying it as if though Houston has a track record of being smart, and they don't.
No, they don't.
Every time something happens, it's like, why are you doing this? I don't know. Okay, they got rid of Deshaun. They got rid of JJ Watt. They got rid of one of the best receivers in the game for a pack of cigarettes. Every time you get something that's worth something, you lose it. And I'm like, dude, look, there's only so much that you can lose before people realize the problem isn't the athlete. The problem is somebody in the front office.
Mm-hmm. And that's what we learning in Cowboy Nation. We learning that here as well.
The thing is, what killed with the Cowboys, and I'm a Cowboys fan, and I'm like, dude, that's right. What is it gonna take for you guys to make smarter decisions? What do we got to do?
Well, I tell you, man, I could go to. That's Shakur Stevens.
Yeah, Coach was saying he's at the fights and Shakur's there.
I'm thinking about moving.
Oh, that's Shakur, man. What up, Shakur? I don't want none, bro. I don't want none.
I was in for a while, but I'm texting.
Hey, he talking to him live right now.
Yeah, Coach got a bad connection though.
That's what's up, man. Boy, Shakur got him running, boy.
Hey, he couldn't hear y'all. I mean, it's so much noise out here that he couldn't hear y'all. He was trying to hear y'all, but my mic or my speaker is not that loud. He couldn't hear. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Salute to you, Coach.
Yeah, I just wanted him. He said, "What's up, basement boxing talk?" So I don't know if you got it recorded or not.
Yeah, man, you got to put that in the intro, bro. You muted, basement.
Coach,
yeah.
set the interview up for us next week, Woody. Tell him to come on the show next week if you got time for a few minutes.
Man, I'm kind of, I don't know. I don't really like, going to them too much and asking them for too many favors. That's not how. I mean, I might try to do it because I don't want them to say no or anything like that, so I don't even ask.
It's all good. Tell them we said what's up though.
Tell them we'll smuggle in some ice cream in the training camp.
What up, Coach?
What's up? I can't hardly see. I'm on my phone, you guys. I'm kind of blind, and I can't see. I see basement boxing talk. I see. Okay, Brandon, aka the Apostle. What's up? I'm Black
What
Star.
up?
Okay, hey, this is normal crew. What's up, you guys? Salute.
Salute.
That's what's up. Yes, indeed.
Hey, so y'all guys weren't here earlier when me and Brandon first started. I want to get y'all guys' opinion on here we go.
I'm talking about the purse bids.
The purse bid with Fury and Whyte. Purse bid has been set. They said $41 million cap. Tyson Fury gets like $29.5 million.
He get like 32.
No, he gets 29. I got it right here. They said Fury gets $29,538,000. Dillian Whyte, the WBC's longtime number one contender, will make $7,384,500. and the winner would get a bonus of $4.1 million.
Wow.
Nah, cause see, bro, the joint that came out on ESPN said 32 for 32 for Fury and 8 for White.
Man, that's crazy. Dylan White finally get his shot, huh? Now let's see. He probably turn it down. You know, and then go talk about 900 years, 1,000 years.
Hey, how can you turn down 7.3 million, bro?
I'll fight both of them for that type of bread. I ain't gonna lie. Both of them. Come on, Fred, y'all.
Hey, I asked Brandon earlier, was he surprised if they said it was only 2 bidders on that? Frank,
Yeah, I mean,
Frank Warner
yeah.
and Eddie Hearn.
Well, I guess that makes sense because that fight is huge over there. Ain't really got no interest over here. Don't nobody really care about Tyson Fury. As you can see, the whole hoopla has just they got no use for him anymore. So but over in the UK, this might have a little something for everybody to chat about because they see old boy Dillian Whyte as being a decent fighter. And where's Troy Graham experience at? Because I want to hear this. I know he's ready to.
Hey, I hope I don't see Troy in the chat so far, but he ain't make
He
no
coming.
comment. But
He
Troy's
coming.
here, man. We gotta get his boy Dillian Whyte. Finally gets a fight, bro. Finally gets a fight, and we gonna see if he gets if he turns this down.
Yeah, I guess I could say I'm interested a little bit. Just simply for the fact is, who the hell else is Fury going to fight? If he ain't fighting AJ. I guess he just will fight him or Usyk. I mean, other than them 3 names, who else you really want to see him fight at this point? So he get in there with Dillian Whyte. I don't think Dillian Whyte gonna beat him, but hey,
man, he gonna smash Dillian Whyte. He gonna smash Dillian Whyte.
Barbecue chicken.
What'd you say?
Barbecue chicken.
Yeah. Hey, that's what Shaq be saying. You right, barbecue chicken, man.
Barbecue chicken, bro.
Hey, it's crazy because guess what? They gonna let Tyson Fury go out as the great white hope, bro. Is what I mean? Undefeated heavyweight.
Hold that thought though. Here's the thing about it. And this is the beauty of boxing, and this is what I believe is going to happen. Now, I got my feeling about AJ. I got my feeling about Fury, and even Dillian Whyte. I got my feeling about all of that. Now, he ended up the matching well, and he won the situation with Wilder. Okay, kudos to you. You did that, man. Can't nobody take it away from you. That's fine. Style matched up perfect. It worked out perfectly for you, and it was just too perfect. Now, when you get in there with a guy like AJ, now, AJ got his flaws. We all know. And we talk about it all the time. But AJ in there against Fury, to me, he has a better shot of beating him. For the things that Fury relied on against Wilder, he can't do against AJ. Because AJ, like I say, he has flaws. But going in there and fighting AJ that style will get him knocked smooth out, in my opinion. Because when AJ goes out there and does his thing, he's more of a banger, but he can't make the mistake in going in and outbox a boxer like he did Usyk, which I don't know what universe he thought that made sense in. I think he got too much clout from beating Ruiz, Andy Ruiz or whatever. For that, coming back and get the title, okay, good, but really, man, I mean, you ran from the little guy. You should have knocked his little ass out. In my opinion, you should have fought your own fight. He could have, that to me, that left an impression. But I think that the style matchups is more difficult for him in that because, I mean, look at when he fought Maurice Ward and them guys, I mean, one dude bust him all up like this in here and everything, and he ain't no world beater, but the style caused the problem. And I think that he would, because at some point he gonna have to get in there and try to slang and bang. And I think slanging and banging with AJ, who's bigger and stronger, way bigger and stronger than Wilder. That kind of plays into his power wheel. So if you can come into him like that, it allows him to hit you when your thing should be moving around like you did with Wilder the first fight. But we'll see what happens. It could go that way. Or maybe he do beat him and then go out that way. Okay, kudos to him. But right now, I just feel like it'll be somebody you don't expect to do it will beat him. And then you will be like, You know, I can't believe it. You know.
Hey, everybody on the panel, do you believe that AJ got the power to knock Fury out?
I think Black Star swinging for the fences, man. I think you done got desperate. That man don't got a fighting chance.
You don't think he have a fighting chance at all? AJ don't.
Not a fighting chance.
You don't think after you watch Steve Cunningham drop this big old cat,
man, that 50 years ago.
You don't think that AJ got a punching shot?
That was 50 years ago.
It don't matter. He still dropped him. And if he get dropped by this little dude, you think this
Black Star. We watched a man hit this big whale so hard his whole body quivered. The fat rose in his body rolled up, and he got up. AJ ain't hitting him with nothing like that.
I disagree.
Look, here's my thing. I disagree. Here's the reason why I disagree. Tyson Fury can take a punch. Now, I don't know if Tyson Fury can take a beating. You know, anybody can get hit one time and get up. But if I can hit you 6 or 7 times with those same kind of shots, I don't know if you can take those. And I think AJ could land some of those shots on Tyson Fury because, you know, Wilder could have done the same thing, but Wilder just kept throwing his right hand. So I definitely think that, you know, it's very possible for it to happen. If the fight does happen, I would not be surprised if Fury and AJ never fight. Because at this point, it's one of those things where you start to get guys trying to unify, guys lose, mandatories. It may never happen.
We got the good brother Ricky Williams in the building. Salute, brother. Salute.
What's that? Speak to the gods. Speak to the gods. Black Star, that's in the mail, God. It should be there by Tuesday, bro.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. You know, you gotta hit me. Hit me up on that. You know what I'm saying? We'll wrap a takes on.
We'll take care of it later. Don't worry about it. What's good, my guy?
What's good? What's good?
Hey, man. Everything's everything, man. I pray everything's all right with everybody in the families, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Same to you, my brother.
Thank you.
Hey, what he sent you something to smoke on? What made you think that you was that AJ can beat Fury? Is that what he sent you?
Hey, man, I'm telling you, you know, it's just them styles makes fights.
I think you desperate, man. You want that man to get beat. You want that man to get beat, but AJ ain't the one to do it.
Yeah, man. I don't see AJ beating Fury, man. Like AJ weakness, man, is a straight right down the middle, bro. And if it's anything we saw, especially in the last fight with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, that Tyson Fury can throw a 1-2, God. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. AJ don't move his head off the line, man. Like, I don't see like that top 3, you know what I'm saying? Or you could say top 4 with AJ, Usyk, Fury, and Wilder, bro. I don't see AJ beating none of them guys, man. He don't move his head off the line, man, and he don't pull out of the angle. He always goes straight back, man. So against Deontay Wilder, you already know what that is. All it takes is one. But Tyson Fury gonna walk up on him, and then, man, like if Tyson, like I said, I even though I have my qualms about Tyson Fury, man, he beat Deontay Wilder in the 3rd fight. He did what he's supposed to do. He hurt the man. He got him out of there, right? So if this is the real Tyson Fury we have, and he now sitting down on his punches and it's legit, bro, he's gonna stop AJ. AJ get hit way too much, bro. Way too much.
Yeah, I can't argue none of that. I just feel like, you know, sometimes the styles can make things get awkward, and you know, he at least got a puncher's chance. I give him a little bit. And not to say they have to be a 1-punch knockout done, but if Fury goes in there and gets cocky and feel like, well, I just steamrolling everybody, you know, he's still a big, strong guy. And if he goes in there careless, but if he stays, like you say, patient and shoot the 1-2 and keep that space, oh man, he gonna dog walk him. But if you go in there and you get cocky and you figure, well, I'm gonna slug with him, and then y'all get to trading, it can go either way, because I know AJ, you can't take too much of a punch either. So, but
no, I mean they heavyweights, bro. So you're exactly right. They heavyweights. So one shot can change the fight.
Man, you mean to tell me the same AJ that was scared to press out a cruiserweight? You think he gonna mess with that 300-pound bear?
There's enough money in the key. I'm gonna fight him too. Shit.
I'll fight him for $20 million.
I mean, he'll get in the ring, but he didn't even want to mix it up with Usyk, bro. He didn't want to mix it up with Usyk.
Now I couldn't understand that. I understand
that. I think you guys are missing the point of it. Usyk is a good boxer. Like Usyk is 6'3", 225. Usyk is not like some cakewalk. You know, Usyk, he might not be as big as those guys,
Yeah,
but hey, that dude can he can throw them hands
but
at you.
that's just the point, Brandon. You're absolutely right. But why would he go in there and try to outbox this guy? That's what throw me. You got to go in there and put that big boy on him. You know, you can't
Well,
go on that motherfucker talking about, well, let's tip tap. He gonna piece you up all day.
well,
Yeah,
here's what I think. Here's what I think the problem was. I think AJ listens to the fans. I think he listens to what people think. He listens to the criticism, and he wants to try to show people something different. Like I think the reason why he lost to Ruiz was he wanted to come to America and get that big knockout and show how tough and powerful he was. And he plays to the crowd, which is one of the worst things for a fighter to do. Fans don't mean anything when you're in the ring. You got to win. Period.
he don't listen to the fans. I'm gonna give you some pushback on that, God. He don't listen to the fans because if he listened to the fans, he'd have pressed Usyk, bro. He wasn't trying to press Usyk. Usyk kicked in the front door. He ain't have to ring the bell. He ain't have to go to the back door. He kicked in the front door, and AJ had no answers, bro. Plain and simple. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I understand what y'all say about Usyk, but in the AJ fight, Usyk did nothing special to win that fight. He kicked in the front door, and AJ had no answer. That's all it was.
Hey, the rematch.
Nah.
I think Usyk. And hey, Usyk gonna lose the rematch. He finna do it. He finna do exactly what we saying he should have did the first fight.
Where do you think that is, bro?
Take that dude down and kick his ass. Just shit. Let them hands go, man. Don't sit there and try to give him time to think.
Yeah.
Right? You know, let that shit rumble.
Mm-hmm. That's his best shot, man, because
Yeah.
he's thinking he's a boxer now because of the Andy Ruiz situation. You know,
Hey, bro, that's his only shot, bro.
but you know what, man? He need to listen to Lennox Lewis, man, and go and get him an American trainer and go ahead and get out of that what he in, because it ain't. I mean, it's proven time and time again, man. I mean, look at Tyson Fury. They don't get elevated until they come over here and get a piece of the magic. They got to come over here and get that magic. It's crazy to me.
AJ's a
different fighting style, man. Different training style. Why he ain't get Mark Breedlin? He should go get Mark Breedlin. He's available.
Hey, AJ's a gunshot fighter, bro. He's a gunshot.
Everybody on the panel. Well, what's good, C? What's good? You in the building. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
What's up?
Yes, D. Salute, bro.
Hey, so, okay, I want everybody's opinion. Me and Brandon was chopping it up a little bit earlier. If you were AJ, would you take the step aside money?
Yes.
Hell yeah. Yep.
And explain yourself. Everybody explain themselves.
I would take it. I would take the step aside money and go fight Deontay Wilder. That's what I would do.
Woo!
2 bags in one.
Get paid twice. Get paid twice.
Yeah. And he still may have that option for the third if Fury wins, because people over there still want to see him and AJ and Fury go at. So that might be the one right there, and especially if he beats Wilder too.
That's what I would do personally, bro. It just makes sense, bro. You go ahead and take the step aside money. You get a bag for doing nothing, right? And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The way I'm seeing the way he moving around and looking, I think I honestly think, this is just my personal opinion, guys, that he doesn't want to fight Usyk again. He doesn't want to fight Usyk again. So if I was him, I would take a bag, make the fight with Deontay Wilder, get that bag, and like you said, over at the UK, they gonna support that fight regardless, no matter if it's in the UK or the UAE. It doesn't matter. Everybody gonna see that fight because there's 2 British fighters or 2 UK fighters going at it, bro. I mean, at this point in his career, bro, you got to think. We got to look at the game, too, for what it is. A lot of these fighters are aging out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these fights, you got to think, even in the lower weight divisions, Terrence Crawford, he's 34, about to be 30. You know what I'm saying? He's 34. All these guys are getting older, man, so they got to start thinking about the long game. And I think this would be the perfect setup for AJ. I wouldn't even be mad at him if he did it. I'd be like, that's smart business. That's smart business. You run whatever they was gonna give him for a payout, 15 million, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get that payout. You run it over there with Deontay Wilder. That's gonna be at least 20 mil easy.
Yeah,
it just makes sense.
Yeah, they come back and get that big bag with Fury.
Man, especially like And it's like you said, guy, especially I don't see him beating Deontay Wilder because Deontay Wilder gonna throw that shit down the pipe. I don't care what nobody say. But if he does happen to get past Deontay Wilder, because again, in my personal opinion, I personally think Deontay Wilder on that side of his head where Fury cracked his skull ain't right no more. Because as soon as Fury touched it, he was wobbly. He was wobbly. And we not gonna know if that's the truth until we see him get touched in another fight. But if that's the case, bro, if he's able to get past Deontay Wilder, that Fury versus him fight versus AJ fight will be huge. It will be huge. Everybody will pay to see that joint, man.
Yep.
I mean, I would take the money and just take my time and just train. I wouldn't fight I would say, look, you're gonna pay me money. I'm gonna take the money. I might go get me a new trainer. We're gonna work on some things. I get the winter in the fall, and then I get another paycheck. That's what I would do. I wouldn't fight Wilder at all at this point. There's no need to. It wouldn't give you anything other than a paycheck, and possibly you might end up getting caught and losing. So then there you go, just shot the undisputed title.
Yeah, but he still got in his back pocket if he lost. People still have an interest to see AJ and Fury. If Fury was to beat Usyk, people still want to see that fight, even if they didn't think that, AJ was, like you said, the undisputed or whatever. People, they still have a general interest for that fight because it's been chatter going on for years about that. So he still had that opportunity, man. But I mean, that's 3 bags in one. And just think about it. Hell, if I'm a fighter, I mean, he's already made good bank to this point. You get up here, you get these 3 big licks right here. Man, I walk out. I'm good. I don't got to fight no more, Get away clean. I can still think. I can walk, move, break dance if I need to,
I mean, exactly. I mean, he's 32. There's no need to fight until you're 40 or whatever, especially if you've been doing good with your money. Make the big fights, get your paycheck, and call it a day.
That's it, man. On all them big licks, man. Woo!
And he got to do it like, so if we being honest about it, right, he got to do it while his name still ring bells to get the money. You see what I'm saying? Like, even though the true boxing fans, me personally, we don't count losses like that. As far as the casuals, you know what I'm saying? Them losses, them add up, and his name is waning. I mean, you look at it, how they trying to build up, even like y'all, they talking about the undisputed between Fury and Usyk, and him even stepping aside. You see what I'm saying? Why is that a question? You see what I'm saying? Because that everybody would say they want to see that undisputed fight. So I would take the bag, man. Go ahead and call out Deontay Wilder. Okay, you wanted me back then. I'm ready for you now. Both of us got L's. What's up? You know what I'm saying? Get that bag, bro. And then, like I said, if you get past them, cool. If not, y'all already know what is over there. It's a rematch room. You know what I'm saying? They'll love to see him in there with Fury or Dillian Whyte again or some shit like that. You know how they be doing over there, bro.
Exactly. And I think you're right on that too. Go ahead.
See what you got to say on it. Oh, okay. Go ahead, Black Star.
Yeah, I agree with what Ricky's saying about the side of Wilder's head too, man. And that adds something to it too for AJ, because if AJ can catch him there and crack him, and if that is true, then you know what I'm saying, that's an easy win, really. If you go in there and go get it, you land one, bing, and if he get woozy and start looking drunk like he did in them, last 2 fights with Fury, you know what I'm saying, you collecting, that's 2 big paydays just like that you done got easily. You done escalated your name again. You back up there again. Now the big fight is you and Fury. Has to be. Right there again, lined up. Right where everybody in UK supposedly wanted it. We want undisputed. Remember all that, old man? So if we could get it over there, and then you got that big fight right there, then hey, man, there you go. Win or lose, shit, you looking good. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I got a question for the panel. The Shakur and Valdez fight has not still been inked. Do you guys think this fight is going to happen? Do you guys think Bob Arum was pump faking because he got a lawsuit coming out? Terrence Crawford got a lawsuit coming out against him. Why do you guys think this fight has not been inked and signed yet? And they came out saying they had a date, April the 30th, but no venue.
I mean, it happens all the time. That's all. There's a lot of boxing events that they agree to it and they agree to it verbally, handshake. Contracts might not get signed until the week before. It's nothing until it's like, look, they stalling and it's becoming a back and forth argument. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
Okay, I say that. I got a question. So when Shakur was getting ready to fight Jamal Heron, it was just like it was pressure that I seen Shakur Stevenson putting on Jamal Heron. Like he was really calling him out. Now with this Valdez fight, we all know that Shakur wanted this fight. This is what he said he wanted this fight. But it's like he's not putting no pressure on him now that he's not signed his contract yet. It's like, where's the pressure at? You put the pressure on for Jamal Heron to sign the contract and make the fight happen with you. Where's the pressure you putting on to make Valdez actually make this fight happen? I heard an interview where he said like, well, maybe Eddie Rosa can convince him to go on to sign the paperwork. But man, where is the pressure being put at? Why is no pressure being applied to this guy to make this guy sign this paperwork? You said you wanted this fight, Valdez. If you said you wanted and Bob and them said they're gonna make this fight happen, make this fucking fight happen.
Bruh.
Bruce goes in the building.
If I could be frank, even though my name is Rick, right? If I could be frank, where I'm at with these fighters, bro, a lot of the fighters that supposedly saying they want to fight certain guys be pump faking, guys, right? The point is this: let's examine, or I'm gonna examine the Jamal Heron situation. If we keeping it a bean, if we keeping it 1,000, right? 1,000, wow. Bob forced that fight, bro, right? And I think that Shakur knew that fight was being forced, so that's why he had pressure on Jamal Heron. Like I said, y'all got to remember what happened in that fight. Jamal Herring, as a champion, got forced into a lower pay cut because Bob was going to let it go to purse bid, where he was going to get a lower split anyway. So Bob basically had him a contract and said, hey, you're going to get more money this way than it go on a purse bid, so you might as well sign this because you're fighting Shakur regardless. You see what I'm saying? So he knew that fight was going to happen regardless. That fight was forced. And I'm so tired of people acting like business is not discussed between fighters, promoters, matchmakers. It is, bro. These dudes they in business together, right? So when you see a fighter like that, he was pressing Mr. Herring, but not pressing Valdez. What did that tell y'all? It's an understanding within them camps, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, let me use this as an example, right? So some fighters will talk crazy mess to another opponent, but then when it come to getting a Canelo fight, oh, you got to be Mr. Respectful. You know what I'm saying? You got to be Mr. Respectful because you don't want to mess that bag up. You see what I'm saying? It's no different, bro. So these fighters, they just be calling people out to get temperatures, bro, to see where a person at with that fight and if they are willing to make it. Because like everybody keeps saying, but they don't want to pay attention to, two people got to agree to the fight.
Exactly. And Valdez ain't showed no interest in really. Well, he said a couple of little froggy things, but that's about it. Every time it's time to make a real move to really do something to put it in play, he get absent. And Shakur been calling him out just like he was calling Bert Shelton out. And all these cats keep circumventing, going around, avoiding. And all these fan bases is letting it happen, and they cool with it, and they all right with it. Instead of saying, nah, that it's some friction over there, and that shit need to be figured out. And we need that in the ring. But they're not doing it that way. You got a segment of boxing fans who don't mind having a coward for their champion that will run around a damn guy and do everything but fight that guy, but talk all type of trash under his breath about a guy. But then when the guy come around and get real, he quiet as a mouse, you know. And that's Oscar Valdez. Oscar Valdez, deep inside, I believe he already know he'll lose. He get in there with Shakur. I don't think he has the confidence to get in there with him. I think he already shook. That's how I feel about it. I don't think he really wanted. And we know Shakur wanted, and Shakur's hungry. He showed you in there against Jamal Heron. He went in there and he turned it up on old boy, man. He put the heat on him and then really, took control of the fight and was dominant. And they're saying, well, this guy can't this and he can't do that. But then when he need to do something, and then you see Shakur get a certain look in his eye, man, he's sharp on his game at that point, you know. And then he get in there with him, man. Come on, man. I don't see Valdez winning. I think Valdez know it. And I think hell, Top Rank know it. They don't really want to have it happen, but they want to give the illusion like these things could happen, so it can help Bob Ehrman in his little case, you know.
Well, I think a different approach. I think the fight's going to happen. Valdez hasn't signed a contract, but the contract doesn't really even matter until the commission approves it. So he could sign a bout agreement. He could not sign a bout agreement. They can still plan and make all the preparation for it. I think what's going to probably happen is he'll sign it. They'll continue. They'll move on with the fight. I pick Shakur Stevenson winning. Valdez will probably regulate it to. I don't know if he would move up or what he would do, but he'd probably be regulated to a position more of an opponent for other guys, and that'll be the end of it.
Hey, I just thought about it. Valdez ain't signing that paperwork. He gonna wait till the last second, so he ain't got to get VADA tested. Watch.
Well, no, because you get VADA tested even if you don't have a bout scheduled. So that wouldn't prevent him from getting VADA tested. It would just prevent him from having a fight schedule.
They said they took his name off the. He was one of the guys that did when they just came around to do they test. He refused to take a test.
Well, they took off Barrios also, but Barrios gets tested regularly. You know, he's been working with the WBC VADA and everything for like 2 years, and they took him off too. I don't know why, but
maybe
I have no idea.
Barrios might have just missed him or something.
I don't know, man. I ain't worried about it till I see an announcement, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we ain't seen this. I don't know how many times fights fall through. You know what I'm saying? Until they put a date in a venue, I don't really worry about it. To be honest with y'all.
Well, they actually did say a date for the Shakur. They said April 30th.
What's the venue?
They never said a venue. They just
exactly.
I mean, I would say, they got it penciled in. Fights fall through, like he said. I think it happens, but you know, it's one of those things where until like a manager or the promoter or somebody officially from the camp says, "Hey, it's happening or not happening," it's just penciled in right now.
See, but the whole thing is, fellas, I mean, we know, we talk about it all the time. It's that NBF, man. That shit is in effect. You can see it constantly. Every time Shakur, Devin Haney, them guys stepping up and calling out all the major names, everybody. We want to smoke, we want to smoke, we want to smoke. Everything will happen around signing that damn contract and getting their punk ass in the damn ring with them. That won't happen. Everything else will go down, but they're not going to give them the opportunity to go in there and show them. I mean, look at Burchell. Burchell sat there and did all that running all that time, then get in there with Oscar Valdez and get smoke clean the fuck out of there. Like he should have anyway, but he should never had the clout that he had before he got beat because he wasn't that damn good no fucking way. But he was able to walk around acting like he was the big dog, and people, Burchell, he had to fight Burchell, get dog walked by Shakur Stevenson. And he knew it. He knew it. That's why he wouldn't get in the damn ring.
Yep, that's why he wouldn't fight him. You ain't beat Lamont Peters.
You know, they do this shit over and over and over again. I mean, look, what the fuck Cambosis? What was all that shit about? We got $10 million over here. Anybody come over here and fight? Now that they get out there, Devin Haney said, well, let's fight. Okay, well, you got to come up with the money. What the hell type of shit is this, man?
I was going to bring that up next. Do y'all guys think that fight going to happen?
It looked like Camboso ain't going to have no choice at the end of the day. Because Top Rank is trying to give him no money. You see what I'm saying? He got like this like Camboso looking bad in these streets right now. I'm being honest. He looking super bad in these streets, bro. Yeah. What are you gonna talk about if you got a fight lined up in a promotion? I ain't gonna say a promotional company, but a network that's willing to pay you out of pocket, and you ain't gotta come out of no cash. All you gotta do is show up and defend your belts. And you saying no when everybody else saying they ain't trying to see you for whatever reason?
Yeah.
Well, That's not the way I understand. The way I understand it, Kambosos either has Haney or Lomachenko as options for his fight.
Don't forget Ryan Garcia.
No. Update, guys. Update. Lomachenko is out the picture. Top Rank ain't trying to do nothing with Kambosos.
Huh?
Okay, so
nothing with Kambosos.
Yeah, it's supposed to be
Queen
Ryan.
Well, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen unless Golden Boy don't have the money for that fight. They barely have a budget that would make it. They don't have any budget to pay for a title fight. So
I mean,
that's not gonna happen.
But this what if we talking about the business of boxing, bro? How much is Kambosos really worth?
I mean, I don't know because he just got the title. I mean, well, if we talk about the value of it, the value is going to probably be he's worth depending on who he's fighting, 60% of the purse money because he has the titles. So whatever they come up with, he should get about 60%, 55% because he's a champ.
I don't.
So hold on. 60-40. Let's do the math. Devin Haney make what? $3 million a fight?
About $3 million a fight.
I'm looking it up. Hold on.
So roughly, you saying that Kambosos should get about 4.5?
That's about reasonable for a fight with Haney or Lomo. About 4.5 million, maybe less, depending. Probably a little bit less than that. I'll say about 4 million at the most.
That shouldn't be hard to make that fight happen then. Now listen to
this. Bro. Kambosos' biggest payday was against Tio at $420,000, bro.
No, it was 2 million. Well, no, it was a little over $1 million for the fight with Tio.
According to ESPN, both fighters are set for handsome paydays. Okay, you're right. That's before. That was with Triller. My bad.
So he can. But the thing with Kambosos is this: if Kambosos do the fight in Australia, he can get sponsors from Australia to put more money in his pocket.
Right. But that's back end money. I understand that. I'm talking about the purse money, bro.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The purse money can be that because he can say, look, his promoter is Luda Bella. Luda Bella, go see how much money you can pull up for this fight. If they can get $6 million and it's going to come from Luda Bella and Australian sponsors, he can say, look, I'll take $4 million, you take $2 million because I have the sponsors with the money right here.
But bro, this is what I'm saying, God. Luda Bella ain't trying to put up no money.
Well, yeah, he don't have any TV days. He has no network. So he really can't do too much besides field offers.
Right. So if your highest payday, like y'all said, was $2 million, bro, how much is you asking for you to be for somebody to say they ain't got enough money to pay you, bro?
Well, see, I don't think it's the asking. I think, and this is my thing, I don't know if they actually have sat down and talked. I know they said a contract was sent, but have you guys sat down and actually negotiated? Because it's kind of like right now, if I can send a contract to any one of you 4 guys, that doesn't mean we talked about anything. So if they haven't sat down and talked about it, they need to do that first before they start talking about signing contracts.
Mm-hmm. But isn't it Eddie Hearn already put something out there, didn't he?
We couldn't hear you, Black Star. What'd you say?
I heard that Eddie Hearn already put something out there. Didn't he put a dollar amount out there to really propose to have the fight? Like he said, we're gonna pay you X amount of money for the fight, but he wanted to have it somewhere else. What's that? Middle, they always talking about the Middle East, man. We ain't had a fight there yet, but they keep talking about it, But they're saying they had the money to put up for the fight, but now people are running around talking about Devin Haney pricing himself out. I just don't understand this damn logic that keep moving around.
Okay. Listen to this. If they saying that the new virus or whatever is shutting down like Australia or whatever, so they might not even be able to do it in Australia.
They not doing. I'm sorry, God. They ain't doing nothing in Australia. Australia, goddamn prison continent right now. They ain't doing shit in Australia.
Right. So I'm saying this. Why don't Kambosos come back over here, fight Devin Haney, and like you said, request $4 million
and a rematch,
and a rematch if he lose. Now, with that being said,
rematch in Australia if he got the head to fight it.
Don't y'all guys think this? Shouldn't Devin Haney and his people have enough money to put that fight up for themselves and won't even need any big time sponsorship for like they won't even need the zone or anything?
Yeah, no, they need the zone. They need a network. That's the whole thing. I think that's the only reason they work with the zone, because you need somebody to broadcast for them. But as far as the money out of pocket, I honestly believe that Devin Haney Promotions can pay him that.
And make the and that'll put real loud pressure on Cabosa to fight then.
Man,
if you sit up here and tell them like, man, listen, we gonna guarantee you $4 million. Come over here. You get an automatic rematch clause if I whoop your ass.
They're just gonna keep saying that Devin Haney outpriced himself.
Caboso ain't trying to fight, bro. He trying to coddle them. He trying to babysit them belts. If we gonna keep it a beam, bro, he trying to babysit them belts. This is the highest he ever been in his boxing career, bro. He ain't trying. They already know what it is with Devin, bro. You gonna get out boxed, man. They don't want to see Devin, bro. They ain't trying to see Devin. Plain and simple, short and sweet.
See, what's good? You still there? See, he popped up back in the chat.
He done jumped on there. He must be at the smorgasbord, man. He get ready to get his eat on.
Hey, we also moving forward then. Before we can talk about Gary Antwan Russell coming up, we gotta recap last week's fight with Gary Russell Jr. and everybody's thoughts and opinions on the fight.
Oh, you said the Gary Russell fight?
Yeah, before we start talking about Gary Antwan Russell, we ain't never get to discuss the Gary Russell fight. I guess everybody opinion on what happened with the fight.
Yeah, man, that it kind of it's really tough to see a brother get done like that, man. I mean, it's terrible, man. For one, the guy goes out there and they're always celebrating harder fighters and they warriors and all this stuff when they Latino fighters. They're always giving them dudes credit. But when a brother go out there and exhibit the same thing and do it in a hardcore fashion and in a way that most fighters can't do. I mean, he fought this man with one hand for the damn overwhelming majority of the fight. And outbox him with one hand, but nobody is giving credence to that. And that's one of the problems in boxing, because people are not appreciating the sweet science anymore. All they want to see is rock'em sock'em robots, where anybody can go in there and fight that style. There ain't nothing too complicated about it, and they're giving all that the glory of everything. He coming forward, but this man stood out there. I mean, that damn straight left was vicious, man. He was doubling up on it, tripling up on it. I mean, he was pop, pop, pop. Man, I was like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. And he fight that whole fight close, come down to the end. How in anybody's heart of hearts can they really feel that this guy beat the champion and he deserves this champion's belt? The longest reigning champion in all of boxing, he lose his belt on a fight like that, and everybody's acting like that's cool. How does that happen? And how do you be a guy that's young like that, up and coming? Mini Pacquiao, whoever you want to, trying to emulate to be or whatever. You go out there and that's the performance that you give. He was just happy to get the victory. And I understand it to a degree, but at the same time, he should be saying, damn, my object, I want to be the best. I don't feel like I was. I fought a one-handed fighter, and this man ain't got a scratch on his face. He don't even look like he's been roughed up in this game at all. I mean, how can that be? I got both my hands. I can throw combinations. I can do all this stuff. This man can't do. But yet I didn't clearly defeat this man the way I should. I mean, you should feel some type of way inside. And that also spells to the fact of how you don't even get this man a rematch. I mean, it don't even make no sense to me.
See what's good, bro.
What's happening, brothers? Hey, man. Me being there, man, I mean, it was just so different, man. The whole reaction, before the injury, it was like we was down, man. It was like, damn. But as he got injured, Gary leveled up, man. He started He started moving his head. He wasn't being a stationary target. I mean, I thought maybe I thought he pulled it out. I thought he was out pointing him towards as the rounds went on after he got injured. But prior to that, man, that Mark, man, he was throwing a lot of punches, but it's like he slowed up after he injured him. For some reason, he slowed up, man, and they and I didn't watch it, so I don't know the commentators. I heard it was real biased. I
It
mean,
was.
but the thing is though too, he's not Gary. Gary's independent. Look, he's not signed with. He's not a PBC fighter as of that. For that fight, he wasn't a PBC fighter.
Right.
So my take on it was Marcelo. He thanked Al Heyman, like 3 times, which I understand that they want. They got the belt and the WBC. I don't think they liked. I think politics and business play a big role in boxing. I think they wanted Gary to be more active. They want to. I don't know if the belt they make a certain percentage. They make money when you fighting. When you defending that belt from your purse. But if you're not fighting, man, they're not getting no revenue. So I think a lot of that plays a role. I think the business plays a big role in it. They wasn't trying to give it a draw. They was like fix it. I was right there. I heard one of the judges was like, I had it like this, and they told me to fix it. I was like right there front row, and I got up and started watching the judging. So something wasn't right with that. And I think on all law, I thought Gary output it, but I thought a draw would have been at least residential to us in a rematch. Now they can run away from that rematch, man, and fight somebody else.
Yeah. uh I couldn't see no less than a draw. I couldn't see no less than I couldn't see Gary losing the fight, losing his belt, even though he was hurt, whatever. I mean, he fought a good fight with one hand, and then when you look at the percentages on it, the percentages still add up. I mean, just this guy just threw 200 more punches, but the percentages is still the same. For as a jab, I think the power punches and shit like that. So that was mind boggling, bro. I had Gary Russell as a draw. I had it as a draw, and like you said, the draw would have forced the automatic rematch. You feel me? If he wanted some more, which I don't think that. Now, with that being said, too, Gary Russell put on a hell of a display with one hand. Do you think guys are going to fight Gary Russell at 126 anymore?
Yeah, I mean, it's sad, man. It's sad. But he got 2 losses, and you mean to tell me that they will ring down and say who want to fight him now because of that, because of his performance? Hey, look what y'all did to Gamboa. Look what's happening with you know what I mean? Like fight Gary like that though. Keep the same energy as you do with all these other fighters. Why not fight Gary? You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Now he's not deserving of a fight. That doesn't make sense to me.
no. You might be taking it the wrong way. See,
No, not you said, but I was just on Clubhouse and somebody said that, and that's what I had my take of it. Like, why come they don't? He said now they're not gonna want to fight Gary because of the way he performed. I'm like, I don't get it. He got a now,
I mean, because
but
listen,
tell me the question again.
no, listen. Gary sit up here and technically beat the guy up with one arm. Now, for some reason or another, the judges gave it to the other guy. But do you think the guys are actually want to get in the ring after this guy has surgery and gets back healthy and gets back in the ring? Do you think guys at 126 or even 130 gonna want to actually fight him?
They didn't want to get in the ring with him before that. You know what I'm saying? That's
right. So that's what so now motherfuckers gonna be like, man, I ain't getting in the ring with that motherfucker.
And that's why
you ain't paying enough.
On his behalf, I'm telling y'all, I talked to him, and on his behalf, man, I mean, he's relevant, man. Like, what he's supposed to do? He's not going to give his title up like that. You know what I'm saying? He needs to keep that title because that's the only way that he pretty much getting fights is wouldn't fight him. To fight his mandate. The other champions don't want to fight him.
So listen to this. I thought personally, and you definitely know better than I do. I thought personally that I'm gonna bring Brandon in here. I thought personally, if I was Gary Russell and I knew I was hurt, I would have pulled out the fight. Could you explain since you by you being close to their camp why he didn't pull out the fight? Knew that he was injured before the fight, 2 weeks before the fight happened.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I mean, logically, you know, he's sharp and he, you know, the brother's sharp, man. He's smart. He's not finna, you know, his reason to fight. I mean, he would have lost his belt because they had stipulations on the contract where they don't even got no rematch. So he couldn't get the rematch in the clause. He couldn't, you know. Then yet and still, if he don't do his mandate, they can strip him from his title. So he'd rather fight for it. You know, about as a warrior he is, and as a king, he like, hey, I'm just gonna fight for it, even if it come down to what it came down to. He felt he pulled it out, and he was willing to fight the way he fought with what he had. And I tell you, hey, I take my hat off to him, man. Hey, I'm proud of him, but you know, in the tough, rugged fight like that, though, you gotta watch it with the volume down.
So you mean so explain to me, see, like it's already in the contract on a mandatory fight like that. If you get injured before the fight, that they would strip you for the belt. They won't give him time to let his injury heal and then fight, defend his belt, defend his title.
Yeah, my take on it is that's what it was, but I'm not 100% on that. I'm not 100% on that.
It's twofold.
Would you say, AK?
Twofold. There's two things that was going on. Like, he been inactive for a while. So if he was to pull out, it had to be out for like another year. So it's likely that they would probably take his title and let somebody fight for a vacant. But also, I think the real reason why he took the fight, he had a lot going on outside the ring. There's just been a lot going on. So, and for some people, when you got a lot going on, doing what you do is therapeutic.
Right. I understand that. Man, that's just man. That just don't sit well, bro. That don't sit well with me, bro. Losing the title like that, bro.
Don't hang your head. Hashtag run it back. Hashtag run it back.
Yeah, that's the problem. They ain't gonna run it back. You know, they trying to treat my boy Gary up out of there, man. And that's some foul stuff, bro. And that's what boxing needs.
He was only getting one fight a year already.
Check this out. Only thing he got to do now is, as soon as he's clear to be healthy again, just get back in the ring, no matter who it is. Even if it's a tomato can, just get back out there and show everybody you still active. We'll run it back. We're gonna go get that back. We're gonna go get the strap back from Mark Mexayo and move on.
Are they gonna want to fight him?
Well, Masaigo's not gonna go for a rematch with him. There's no need to. If I got the belt, I don't have to fight a rematch unless you're gonna pay me a lot of money. I'm not going to a rematch. I'm like, look, I'm gonna see what my promoter and manager want to do, and we moving on.
Unless you go and get Leo Santa Cruz or somebody like that. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? He going to want another attractive fight.
Do you think Leo Santa Cruz gonna get in the ring with him now, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Listen, after Leo Santa Cruz been knocked out by Tank, and just seeing the Gary Russell just put on a performance like this, do you think Leo Santa Cruz gonna get in the ring with him and chance again hit one of them hooks from Gary Russell? Come on,
with a fixed shoulder.
I think so. I think he feel like he can beat on that shoulder. He gonna try to beat on that shoulder.
Hey, that's one thing that surprised me too. Freddie Roach ain't even have his guy even attack. I thought he was gonna go straight in attack mode after the fourth round. And even if you won't even go for the knockout, man, I would have been punching Gary in his arm, everything. Like I was Canelo style. That's what Canelo do.
That was kind of amazing to hear that he said, keep doing what you're doing, right?
Yeah. Straight for
That one time he hit him in the shoulders, and when everybody saw him grimace, real bad. After that, he never really hit him in the shoulder again.
I would have went right back on that shoulder, man. I'm like, man, I don't want to see my cousin get stopped, man. I said, I hope Mark. I was cheering Mark. I'm like, Mark, keep fighting like you doing. Keep doing like you doing. His level of tempo just came down. He wasn't doing that, and it looked like Gary was winning, man. So like, he was outpointing him.
Hey, see, when the next time you going past the gym?
Back to our little Gary gym.
Yeah, over at Nick. When next time you going through there?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure yet because I gotta see Antwan fight February 26th. So that's the next time we'll all be together.
I think I'm gonna slide through there probably Monday or Tuesday.
But I'll probably be I'm not 100% sure yet because it all depends. Because I know Antwan for the fight in LA though, so I'm finna.
In Vegas. I thought we going to Vegas. It's
gonna be in LA, right?
I thought that joint in Vegas.
Not 100%. I thought it was Cali.
It's in Vegas. Hey, listen, everybody, if you can, man, let's get our credentials, man. Let's go work a fight together. I'm going to Vegas. Let's go.
You ain't said nothing.
Get our credentials, bro. Find out who the promoter is. Get the credentials. Let's go. We go in there. We gonna walk in that joint. Media.
Yeah, I'm down. Yeah, you get your media pass too for boxing talk. You gotta just email to the they give you credentials. They get you credentials.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Is that Brandon saying that? Is that Brandon saying that?
Nah, that's me.
That's me.
What Brandon? What Brandon?
I'm right. I just got back in the room. What's going on?
When February 26th, you can get in contact who the promoter is so we can get our credentials, right?
Okay, what are you talking about? What are you guys talking about?
We talking about going to the fight in Vegas with Twan and Victor Postal. And you know what I'm talking about, you send your email to the whoever the side promoter is to get the credentials. Can you find out who that is?
Who's the promoter? It's Victor Postal and Twan. Let's see. I can tell you right now who you need to reach out to. What is Victor Postal? I'm pretty sure it's Kelly Swanson.
That we need inbox DMs because we want to come out there media down, hooked up. You know,
man. Yeah, I'm actually my guy's supposed to be fighting in February, so I might not even be. I might be at a whole other place. I do not know. I'm trying to get that stuff figured out now. So it's Antwan Russell. Damn. Let me see, because I'm pretty sure that's PBC, right?
Yeah, it's PBC. Because the main event is it that
is that Chris Colbert show?
Chris Colbert. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But
Swanson.
You don't get the credentials from PBC. You get it from somebody else.
Yeah, Kelly Swanson, the PR person. Kelly Swanson would get with Goose and get it.
So you got to email him and tell him you need 3 or 4 media passes.
Yeah, what you have to do is
see, we all can submit our own emails and get our own pass. We just need to know who we send an email to.
Let me find out. Give me 1 second.
I need you to handle that, Brad.
Let me see. I know it's Kelly Swanson. Kelly Swanson would be the person. You can hit her up on Twitter if it's PBC card. On the Swanson Communications, because she does all the PR stuff for them.
I want to pop up. Hey, I want to pop up on my board. What's up, man?
Hold on, let's see. But they're going to ask you to verify that you are, that you have a media press pass or whatever.
I've done this. We've done this before. I just need to know who I'm talking to. I've worked fights before as media.
Yeah, just go to
I just know who I'm sending my email to.
Swanson Communications, Kelly Swanson. They have a phone number you can call also. That would be the person to go to. Let me see who the email. Okay, write this email down. You guys ready?
DM.
All right, I'll put it in the chat here real quick. All right. Yeah, I'll just put it in the chat. Give me a second.
We gonna work this thing. We all gonna come out there. We gonna work this fight. Hey, see the dude that
Yes,
we was
sir.
the dude that we was just fussing with in Clubhouse Flat. He gonna be there.
Hey.
He gonna be there with Chris Colbert.
Oh, okay, good, good. So we'll
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
they both from Brooklyn, ain't they?
Yeah.
yeah.
So all of us gonna be in the building.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
You know, and Antwan, man, he the future of boxing, man. Him, Shakur. It's a crop of crew guys, man. They was all on the Olympic team together. Him and Shakur.
Man.
And Ennis didn't make the team, but he was, he got beat by Twan a few times, man. Twan time is now, man. I said it this year. But it was funny to see how Devin stepped out there and said what he said. But was that clout chasing? I don't think he really mean he gonna fight him if he don't get that fight.
Hey,
It's cloud chasing, man.
yeah. I don't think Devin really want that smoke. And I fuck with Devin.
Yeah, because I mean, after that whole shenanigans they did with Gary last time, man, that was some bogus, man. I'll never forget that, man. I'm sitting there listening to them going back and forth on the platform, and I saw on Boxing News that he already had a fight for the date that they supposed to be negotiating for right now in front of everybody. It's already was finalized and already was being announced. And I kept putting in the thing. I said, man, oh man, this is crazy. They already got a fight. What they talking about? They trying to make Gary look like Gary didn't want no smoke. And the whole time they already had something. So they wasn't really serious about that. It's like they used that to try to beef up the interest in the other fight. And I ain't really appreciate that, man. Because to me, where I feel like this, man, you keep talking that junk, you got to put up a shut up. And they ain't put up, so it's time for them to shut up.
What happened was this, right? Here's what I believe happened. See, what happened was I think Eddie Hearn was under the impression that when Devin Haney them was talking about it, they thought Al was gonna be like, nah. But once Gary them talked to Al, I was like, sure. So then Eddie Hearn didn't really want that fight. Yeah, I don't think it was nothing to do with Devin and them. I think Eddie Hearn, listen for me. I'm gonna say this one more time. If Eddie Hearn don't secure this Cambosis fight, I don't want to hear nothing else about him promoting them guys.
Yeah. Yeah, but remember they supposedly was doing a negotiation on YouTube platforms. And they was on 3 or 4 different ones. And they was doing everything. We were talking. What you think? We can do this. We can do. Well, send the offer. Remember that whole shenanigans that went on?
Did you see what Lou DiBella just said? Did you see what Lou DiBella just said yesterday? Lou DiBella said that Eddie Hearn ain't sent them nothing.
But that's my whole point, though. They was making like something was going one way, and it really wasn't. They really was trying to make Gary look like Gary was the one that didn't want to smoke, and it wasn't need nothing like that. And that part I didn't appreciate.
Nah, that's cap. We all know that's cap.
Yeah, but then it seems like they keep going back to that same thing, though. Here they go again. Now that the Cambosa's acting crazy now. Oh, Gary Russell, that doesn't yet, man. Nah, that's enough of that, man. Either you gonna do that, or like I say, put up or shut up. You ain't putting up, so shut the hell up.
That man ain't gonna mess with Antwan, man. Eddie Hearn ain't gonna do that. They not. He not gonna do Antwan.
What you guys think about the Antwan Russell fight coming up?
Yeah, man. Salute to the watcher.
Salute to watcher.
Big fight. Big fight.
And who was his opponent?
Victor Postal.
Yeah,
this is huge.
Hey, I can already vision this fight. I already see what's gonna happen.
Hey man, I ain't saying nothing. I just want to be there. Let it happen. And when that man finally go to the announcement and say what he say, because this is huge, bro. This fight changes everything, man.
Hey, a victory. All his wins been by knockout, right?
So you stop the
huh?
He can't be like a Bud Crawford. Bud Crawford still talking about the post-style fight.
Hey, K, all his victories been by knockout, right?
Right.
Yeah, all by knockout.
Victor Post has never been stopped.
And he never been. I see him getting stopped. I see
Now,
his
guess,
victory getting stopped.
think about this, man. If he stopped Victor Post, who been
Is
in the
this a
ring,
10 or 12 round fight?
yeah.
12?
But think about this. If he stopped Victor Post,
Did you say 12?
even if it's 10, it don't matter. If he stops Victor, if he stops
What?
Victor,
How
who
many
who
rounds is this fight, bro?
I think it's 12.
See, you don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 10, but it
10.
might be 12. I mean, I'm not sure. I think it's 10 though. But he's gonna stop. It ain't even going 7.
Wow. That's a statement though, bro. That's a
I,
statement.
I had it different, bro. I see it going. I see it going by 8-9 rounds, bro.
Hey, bro. Listen to me, bro.
Stoppage though. Stoppage to the body. I see a stoppage to the body.
Yeah.
If he stops that man, you talk about a man that went the distance with Jose Ramirez, Terrence Bruce Crawford, and Josh Taylor.
Yeah. Yeah. But see, the thing is too, Crawford fought him 3 years ago? 4 years ago?
Yeah, he
I
still
think
be
this would be
talking about
this
that.
the perfect timing for Gary. This Gary. I mean, this is the perfect time for Antwan. This would be perfect timing for him. And I can see him keeping his knockout streak going, stopping to the body.
Big, man. That's big.
Yeah, man, it's time for these new crop of fighters to get their shot, man. They keep trying to,
Yeah.
keep putting these guys, making them wait for what? Ain't nothing to wait for. That's like back in the day, Sugar Ray and them. I mean, they're in their early 20s. They having major fights. Ain't nobody talking about where he young. He got to do this. No, well, nobody hold nobody back. And why only certain fighters get that treatment? They didn't do that shit to Lomachenko. 16, 17 fights, he getting opportunities to be world champions.
How many losses do Postal got?
3.
Huh?
3. All 2 top level fighters.
Mm.
So what I'm saying is this: if he stops, even if he just wins the fight, if he stops posting, he's arrived. He has arrived.
Yeah.
With him, the whole landscape of 140 changes off that.
Devin Haney don't want to come up. He don't want that smoke coming
He's
up.
not fighting. Devin Haney not fighting him, and neither is
Yeah.
Teofimo.
And the thing is, I like Devin Haney, man. I just don't understand what sense does it make to even do that? Like, what sense does that make?
I think he was trolling Gary Jr., man. I think he was just trying to be funny, man. I really do think they just trolling him.
Yeah, I can agree with that because they definitely wasn't serious.
You're not gonna do it. Dude, we hold on. No disrespect to Devin Haney. We just saw you drunk in love. We just saw, even though you beat JoJo was touching you. JoJo was catching you with some good stuff. You're not taking them shots from Twan. No.
Right. And expecting nothing. Like, if he hurts you, I mean, he gonna retaliate. He gonna throw combos. Antwan gonna throw a lot of punches, man. He gonna stay on his neck, and that's the difference, man. I just like, man, I kind of want Antwan to get a big fight and get out there, but I'm like, Devin Haney, I can't believe he said that. I'm like, okay, that could be a good fight for him, a good coming out party type of fight where, if that's what it's gonna be. But I just don't think that's a good. I just don't see it for Devin Haney like that. Though. Did his dad say that? Did his dad say anything about that?
His dad the one who put it out there.
Yeah, that don't make sense. Dad, I thought a little higher than it for his dad. I thought his dad did his thing before saying this one, hearing that. I don't get it.
DH popping off too. DH popping off too, man.
Yeah, I agree with the Watcher. Watcher says Devin needs to stick to the boxing. You're absolutely right because Devin gonna let them get into his head now and get him thinking about knockouts and power and all the stuff that that's not what you do. Why worry about something that you don't do, and why do you want to change that because other people say this is what you're supposed to be doing when you're going out there and you clearly outbox them. This is boxing, the sport of boxing. This is what it is, the sweet science. It's like people don't have an appreciation for that anymore, and that's the the fault of boxing. That should be the main thing everybody should be talking about. That's what should be celebrated, because not anybody can do that. Anybody can step forward and run and just throw any old kind of punch. And I mean, it don't take a whole lot for that, man. It gets too much credit for that. When there's so much that's high tech in the ring that you can do that very few individuals have the skill to do, and that's what you want to see. I can go outside and see two guys going at it, just coming at each other, throwing wild, and somebody land something. Ooh, you know what I'm saying?
So what y'all talking about, man? See, we need brothers like you guys out there, man, with them shirts as officials, and because man, we don't got. Hey, it ain't there, man. Yeah.
But we know why that is, though, man, because who excels at that. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gotta say it, but it's known, and it's sad that it's gotta be that way, but it's been that way for the longest, man. For the longest. You got guys that are allowed to have careers and avoid fighters just for that reason. Oh, it's boring. Oh, it's this and that. So you're saying that the sport. So basically, this guy that everybody's supposed to be following and saying is a great fighter, who is actually shitting on the guys with the real skill in the sport. You know what I'm saying? And then the boxing wonders why they feel like they're a little waned from other sports or where it used to be. Well, you got shit like this going on. When a guy say, well, this guy, he's boring, he's this and that. Well, it may be boring to you to keep getting hit by that same fucking jab that you can't seem to get away from. But the guy that's hitting you with that motherfucker look pretty good to me. And it's pretty exciting.
Yeah. Talk that shit.
Watcher say exactly. He always asks his opponent about his power. Just box and embrace guys in the ring.
Exactly. He asked Linares, how was my power? Man, come off that shit. Go in there and keep hitting that motherfucker. You got to win. Whatever power they say he had, he got to take that shit home with him. Because they didn't get it done in the ring. When at the end of that motherfucker, they read their card, your hand went up, he had to take his monkey ass home. So what you worry about their power for? It's only part of the game. It ain't the whole game. And I'd rather have the skill than the power. But unfortunately, power lasts longer. But when you got that skill, man, ain't nothing like it, man. We still talk about Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Joe Louis and these guys because of the skill that they possess, man. That's what made them special. They did things that the average cat walking the street can't do. You can't do it. You can see it. You can even explain it, man. Yeah, you hook it like this and you do it like this. You can tell somebody, but somebody say, show me. Damn, I can't get it. You know what I'm saying? You need these special group of guys that can do that shit, that can go in there and do it, I mean, they talked all the time about Willie Pep. Willie Pep went around without throwing a jab. Well, you trying to tell me that I ain't just see Gary Russell win at least 6-7 rounds with just one motherfucking arm? But y'all can give this man credit for not even throwing a damn punch and say he went around. How you went around with no sign of aggression?
Well, yeah. I tell the same thing, man. Yeah.
NYC FJB, quick left and quick right, and walk away like a true stunner. That's what's up, bro. Salute, right, bro.
Hit and not get hit. That's
Subscribe to the channel, bro.
Yes, indeed, man. And that's the whole thing. And that's why you have the casuals coming in and they don't get educated. Like, when, back in the day when we was watching Tuesday night fights, man, you had the opportunity to learn what you was looking at. They're telling you, oh, look at how he shoot the jab. Look at this left hook. Look how he counter. Hit him with the counter. They breaking it down for you so you appreciate what you're seeing. You might not, you saw it, you was like, oh, but you didn't know exactly how it took place. They bring it back, slow it down, show you. See this here, see that there. Now you can appreciate what you're seeing, because what you're seeing in slow-mo, they see in fast time. They reacted. Boom, bop, bop. Oh, man, he knocked that motherfucker clean up. You know what I'm saying? That's the beauty of it, because these guys don't even have to think. They just react. They see a look and boom, they automatically know the counter and hit with the perfect shot. And then when that shot lands, it's a beautiful thing. Many times you see a fighter going in, he's just on a guy, and all of a sudden something go, wow. I mean, the perfect thing is Aaron Davis and Mark Breeden. I'm gonna go back to it again. Yeah, I talk about it a lot because that was a hell of a thing, man. But I'll never forget it, man, because Mark Breeden was working him. All this was swollen up. The eye was puffed all the way out, man. He looked like some shit in a horror movie. His shit was all up. Whole fucking fight, he never threw a right hand the whole damn fight. Never did. he was setting up that damn right hand, and that I mean the patience and the commitment to it was remarkable, but it paid off. Mark went in for a right, and he threw the right at the perfect time. Hit him, and it sounded like gunfire. Bow! Fight over. Mark Breeden was never the same after that. But that's the type of stuff that you got to appreciate about the sport, man. This guy was being beat. He wasn't beating Mark Breeden. Mark Breeden was handling him. You know, Mark had the fade on. He was popping the jab. He was working him. Hit the 1-2, boom, and he was doing his thing. Then out of nowhere, man, wham! And that was like, shit. You had to appreciate it because it wasn't, you could say, a casual might say, well, that was a lucky shot. But then when you go back and look at it and say, damn, he never threw a right the whole time. He lulled the man to sleep to where the man didn't even think about the right no more. So now he gets careless. He make a mistake. He capitalized on it. That's boxing. That's boxing right there. That's the sweet science. That's where you fighting a guy who got more skill than you. Mark Breeden had more skill than Aaron Davis. But Aaron Davis knew, okay, if I'm going to fight him, I got to catch him with this punch. How I'm going to catch him with this punch? He guarding it real good. He on top of it and everything. So I got to lull him to sleep. If I don't never throw it, he going to get confident, figure, well, this is where it's going to be. 8-9 rounds, this is the way it's been. I've been dogging him up. His eyes swollen all out and everything. Oh, man, I got my way with him. Now I'm overcocked. I'm going to go and put him away. You going in for a pow. Damn, you didn't see that coming. He lulled him to sleep, man. That was a beautiful act, you know.
What the watcher said, he killed him with the right hand.
I still hear it, man. I mean, it was on ABC Sports on Channel 7. I'll never forget it. I'll text you when it was on. Never forget it, man.
Yeah. Trevor and Brian fights tonight. That's the Don King fight. They fighting right here in Warren, Ohio.
Man.
Right up outside of Cleveland.
Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah, Wilder had to get in that action, man. That's where he can get him a title shot.
Okay, Dig. What do you guys? Let me get you guys' opinion. What do you guys think about the offer that Canelo was just offered?
Man,
PBC offered him, which is the Charlo fight, $50 million for the Charlo fight. Matchroom offered him 2 fights. I don't know exactly what kind of money, what money they said, but they offered him 2 fights. What's the guy name?
Dimitri Bivol.
Yeah, Dimitri Bivol and
somebody else.
Triple G.
Yeah, they keep putting Triple G. Man, nobody want to see Triple G, man. Triple G gonna look like shit the next fight he fight anyway, too, man. I mean, they shouldn't. Put his name on the damn ban list. Ain't nobody. He ain't no boxer. He retired. Get his old sorry ass up out of here, man. He ain't trying to fight nobody. And if Canelo does fight, I take my hat off to him because I ain't never think he would get in the ring with Jamal Charlo. You know, I have to say it's one of the reasons why I jumped off the Canelo train because he wouldn't fight the guys I want to see him fight. Now, if he does this, I'll say, okay, I got to give him a little more respect. And, you know, for getting in there and trying, you know, but you need to do that, man. I mean, the Mexican boxers have a tradition of fighting certain type of fighters, you know. Julio Cesar Chavez fought everybody, you know. But to me, when they talking about greatest Mexican fighter, you don't name no Canelo. You got to say Salvador Sanchez, and everybody else is about 2-3 positions behind him because Salvador Sanchez was perfection. All that other stuff people talking about, I don't even get it. But you know, I even did a video about the Salvador Sanchez and I thought Canelo disrespected him on Mike Tyson's thing too, man. And you know, a lot of people agreed with me with that, but I really couldn't understand it. But my biggest gripe with him was the fact that he would not fight the certain guys. I understand you got on the gravy train now. Oscar did one great thing in your life and got you the biggest deal in boxing at the time, the 365 for the 11 fights or whatever. You was making all this money, was instant stardom, and you know, he had to take it. That's kudos for that. But you know, I'm judging champions as by their deeds and who they fight and what they're trying to do and they walk, which is one of the reasons why I'm a huge Errol Spence fan because I like his walk. I like how he don't turn down nothing, and when smoke come up, he engages it, and he'll say, "Look, I'll fight this guy, I'll fight that guy," and he does it. You know, he ain't none of this stuff where this guy ain't done this, and I ain't never heard him one time say, "But who you beat? What you done?" That for reasons why he don't have to fight you. I don't never see him do that. He just be say, "Yeah, oh yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I fight him. Yeah, let me get this guy. Let me get that guy." That's the fight I like because all this excuses and somebody got an audition to fight me. Man, I don't know what that is.
Yeah,
I don't know what that is. You a fight. Man, say he can beat you. You say you the best. I mean, hey.
Only thing on that Spence Crawford, Spence that guy. Hey, I just hope, man, we get him and Crawford because 20 years from now we're gonna be looking back at that like, man, we ain't. Because I'm gonna tell you some fights that happened in the past that never happened, like David Tua, Mike Tyson. You know, we look back at that like, damn, man, whoever they let that fight slip away.
Yeah.
Fuck it. It's a few fights you can just brush and just say, man, it never happened.
Riddick Bowe and Lennox Lewis.
There you go.
Yeah, you right about that, man. But I think though, bro, I think the window is going to be after this Ugas fight. Once he take Ugas out, because Earl, and this is the other thing I love about Earl. Earl told you the game plan back in 2018 in Oklahoma at a top rank event. Told the man straight up to his face. Been talked about, analyzed on all type of platforms for a long time. I'm fighting everybody on my side of the street, then I'm coming to get your title. You last. Because I'm going to get all that's over here, then I'm coming to get yours. I'm coming to take yours. And he said it in that like, man, I'm coming to get yours. If not, 60-40. And he sit there for how many years? 19, 20, 21, just 22. He still ain't accepted. But he wants to fight and Earl don't want to fight, according to some people. I don't know. I don't know how that logically works out. It do for these people. I don't get it.
Well, I mean, it's just because like you just said, what he stated out there, that the way he wanted, the route that he was taking, and people are seeing him not take. He's sticking to his guns. I mean, he's sticking to the route that he said. It doesn't mean he don't want the fight. He said what he said, right? So
exactly
to the people, right? You know what I'm saying? They gonna say, oh, on the road to him taking his road, there's people that's talking as he's moving down that lane.
Yeah, and the thing about it is, Bud had to step up who he was fighting because I mean, who was he really even fighting? You know, he fighting a bunch of guys that been recycled that Earl done already beat, and then they say, "Oh, look what he did! Look what he did!" Okay, he after Earl been through.
He ain't got it's kind of he just got no choice. Got to fight the guys that's in him.
Yeah,
he's doing exactly what he's passing. And he's doing really well with that. But like I said, man, I can't wait, man. Them two right there, I don't know who will win that fight. That's like a 50-50 fight. Like,
see, I tell you, brother, you come to the right spot because I can tell you exactly how the fight going. Because AK will tell you, man, I ain't never pulled no punch on this. I don't even see it as a fight, to be quite honest with you. And I'm gonna tell you why though. But like my brother Watson said, Crawford's still crying over 10%. Yeah, because if he really wanted that smoke like that, I'd have took that 40, which was way more money than he had. But you know, we'd have been over and done and all around that, and we know the feelings on that. Fight should have been happening, in my opinion. But it is going to happen after Ugas because of what Earl said. And because Earl is the type of man that when he says something, he means what he says. He sticks to it. And he told Al Heyman, line him up and I'm knocking him down. And he's been doing it ever since. And, I mean, how can you not like a guy like that goes out there and just takes on and fights everybody? 147 is moving how Earl moving. He's definitely the man in charge over there. So anybody talking about Terrence Crawford, number one at welterweight, they're just not home mentally. Don't make sense. This man's going through everybody that's fighting. There's guys there that he ain't fought yet that good. But either way, all that being said, Ugas taking Ugas' belt, and then he coming to get yours, just like he said. Now, Earl don't do that. Now, that's when we going to say, oh, Earl, nah, man. You said he next. I don't want to hear nothing about, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to 154. I don't want to hear none of that shit. You got them 3 belts. You said undisputed. You said he next. You said he next. Don't give me this stuff. So if Earl did that and acted funny, I had to call Earl out on it. But to this date yet, I can't say I ever had the opportunity to do that. And I trust that that's the way it's going to go in the future. And right after that, it's the negotiations. Now, if we negotiating and you still crying about 10% or 4%, and I want to be first in, I want to walk into the ring first and all this old silly dumb shit. Now I'm right on your ass, Terrence Crawford, because you say you beat this man, and we want to see it happen. You know, that's all I'm saying. But if it don't happen after that point right there, that to me that's more likely to be the reason why. But I will go into. Oh, we say Watcher says Jerron Ennis is becoming annoying now.
Hey,
Yeah.
explain yourself. Watch you explain yourself. Explain yourself, brother. I want to know how Jerron Ennis is becoming annoying. I think the guy just basically, he want to get a fight.
Yeah, them
He
cats
want to
won't
get a
fight him
fight.
either, man. It's shameful for fighters to be avoiding people, man. I don't understand it. You a fight or fight. I don't get it.
I
But
mean,
yeah.
he applying pressure now because he ranked in all sanctioning bodies. I think he ranked 3 in the WBC or one in the IBF, 3 in the WBC, some shit like that.
Mm-hmm. See, and then
Oh,
I like Boots Ennis too, though, man. I think he definitely is the future. But I think as far as putting him in there and saying, well, he beating Earl Spence and these upper echelon guys, I think it's just a little too soon for that. He can go be competitive. I do believe that. But I just believe at this point in time, I mean, that's a mighty rise in competition from where he's fighting at right now. And you get in there with, especially with a guy like Earl, I just think Earl is like a windmill, man. I mean, it's just a thing that just keeps going and gets stronger. And guys can't stand up to that. I mean, Kell Brook, man, was a strong, big, strong guy that was out there doing that. And if you pay attention to that fight, it started out one way, and they was, yeah, do this, and everybody said, oh well, Kell Brook is doing this and Kell Brook is doing that. Then all of a sudden, you didn't hear that no more. Everything was about what Earl was doing. Like the tide had changed, and the storm had been weathered, and everything had completely changed to the point where he took this man all the way to the point where the man looks at him in his eye and gets down on one knee and says, "Fuck it, I'm done. I'm gonna go on home now. Even though I'm in my backyard and I got my mama over here, I got my old lady, I got my children. Everybody's standing here looking at me, but I said, hell with all that. I'm gonna take this knee and you can have my belt, and I'm gonna take my ass home." He beat a man down to his knee, man. In his man.
hey, hey, look though. I just say maybe Sean Porter should come out of retirement and fight Boots. Oh shit.
He already said he ain't fight no Boots.
Hey, listen. The good thing, one of the good things would be out of this would be this, which I know. I'm just saying. I'm just talking. It's not gonna happen. But maybe the winner, the Keith Thurman and Mario Boris should fight Boots.
I like that. I can see that maybe happen because Keith Thurman did speak on it, kind of like he said, He said, "I'll do something that Floyd didn't do with me." He said, "I'll fight the young lion, the up and coming."
Oh, for real?
But but the
Okay.
only thing that make me think different of that is Keith Thurman also did a video and he said that that this fight between him and Mario Boras, the WBC came in and checked his weight. And he said the only reason why the WBC would come in and check your weight is if you're fighting for a title eliminator. So with that being said, if they try to make that a title eliminator between Mario Boras and Keith Thurman, that means that winner of that fight would be fighting the winner of
Spence,
Spence and Ugas.
right? Yeah, I see. But we know what we know. I mean, that's if they keep playing. If it ain't they can't come with. If Crawford be like, man, I got to come out. If something happened like that crazy, where they can't come with the agreements, then I can see them moving up to 50. I can see Spence moving to 54. Really, be honest with you, I don't think he's gonna mess with Keith Thurman.
Right, because I think that the fight with Spence and Crawford is gonna be made at 54. I don't think it's gonna be made at 47. Even if it ever happens, but if Boots, I can see the Boots and Spence fights happen, but it won't be a 47. I can see Earl and letting Boots get a couple more fights in, and maybe they fight at 54. So, you guys, what's your thoughts on Mel taking Shamel take the fight? Do you think? Do you guys think? How you guys
Yeah,
think?
Carmel jump on that. Yeah, Canelo.
Yeah, y'all
Yeah,
think?
man, he about to get sentiment. You know he about to. I think he gonna pull that. I got him winning that fight, man. I got him winning that
Okay,
fight.
I got a question for you, DNC. Do you think? Do you think that? Do you think Charlo should take that fight? Do you think he should have a pre-fight, a warm-up fight before fighting that fight? Now you got to think this guy hasn't fought since 2020, right? September 2020. So him fighting in May, it'll be almost 2 years. It'll be almost going on close on 2 years.
Okay, man, it's been that long since Jamal fought.
Yeah, when the last time he fought?
So really, 20? It wasn't last year. I thought he fought last year though. Didn't he fight Montiel last year? I thought. Was that 20? Damn, time fly if it did.
Hold on. Look at him now. No, my bad. My bad. They saying that he fought July 21 against Castano.
That's Jamel.
Brother.
Oh yeah, I'm tripping.
Other
Yeah,
brother.
that's Jamel. Okay.
I'm over here tripping. I'm tripping.
Yeah, but I like this fight for Jamal, man. Jamal is the one that's the most worthy to have to fight with Canelo anyway. I mean, this man fought 3 mandatory challenges to remain the mandatory for Canelo.
They did fight Montiel.
Yeah.
He did fight Montiel.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's not too much out of there. So he should be just right on time for him to be ready to go in there and do something with him. And it's a good fight, man. Either way, however it turn up, I like the matchup of the styles, you know. And I want to see Canelo have to go through some opposition, man. I mean, everybody he fight is cakewalk action, and it ain't because he's so great. It's because they just ain't really up to par. That's part of the reason. But I mean, he is better than those guys, so that's clear. But when are you going to fight somebody that I actually feel like going into the fight that you have a possibility of losing? I mean, people underestimate. Look how good Caleb Plant looked against him. Caleb Plant didn't get blown out in that fight. A lot of people were saying he was going to get blown out, but it didn't work out that way. I mean, he frustrated the hell out of Canelo. You know, they always crying about somebody running and moving. He didn't stand there. He wouldn't let me hit him. Nobody call them crybabies for that shit. They'll say the guy's running. You know, come on, man. The guy ain't nobody supposed to stand there and just let you hit them. I mean, that's just a fucking retard that just sits there and rock 'em, sock 'em, roll ups all day. But some guys do it because that's all they can do. They can't do nothing else. And they got to depend on their chin to survive in the ring. Some guys are that way. But now you have something that's very interesting. You got a guy that has a boxing arsenal, can bang as well. Got a little size, got height, got reach on him, you know, which, you know, most guys do when they fight Canelo. You know, Canelo got his thing that he does. But like I say, man, that the style that they fight in is really not nothing special. You know what you're getting before you get in the ring. It ain't but so much that they can do. And everything is about positioning. If they're not in the right position, they can't do shit to you. And boxers get in the ring with them and get lost in some other shit and lose track of that. But that's where the victory lies. He don't get comfortable because his feet don't be flat. You make him move his feet. Canelo don't have the best feet in the world, you know. And even if he did, here's Jamal got one of the best jabs in boxing. You keep busting him down the pike with that. When's Canelo gonna have a cut over his eye? His shit gets swole. You know what I'm saying? A guy like this could possibly make it happen.
You know, he's a sharpshooter. Man, Charlo kept that pop. He got some pop. He got some strength behind his punches.
Exactly, and that's gonna make for a great fight.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and he got some defense. He got a little defense too.
Exactly.
Hands up good. I mean, good foundation, good stance. I mean, he a little more to me. I mean, technically sound than Benavidez. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Benavidez gets by. He do got the hand speeds and combinations, but his size is the big reason why he's so successful.
And you know Hill's gonna have Jarmel, and they got the antidote with Laura was part of the same camp.
Yeah.
So Laura, Ronnie Shields been up against Canelo once already, you know, and pretty much a lot of people say they won that fight. So it's like you take a little bit of that sauce and you mix it with what he got already, what he already do with his strengths. Man, I think he put his fight out.
Yeah, and it's a reason why Canelo ain't been in no hurry to fight these guys. You can see that this old weak shit when fighters start talking that old punk ass shit. You ain't fought nobody. You ain't, man. Come on, man. I don't know. I mean, I grew up in the era where the great fighters never talked like that. You never heard, George Foreman or fucking Ronnie Lyles or fucking. I mean, just name any of them old school fighters who was talk like that. They didn't talk like that, man.
No, not at all.
They never. This guy got to go do this. He had to go back.
You got to go right. Go and beat that guy. You beat that guy, and then I'll fight you. We get that title, but now something like that. But now it's like, man, I ain't even trying to. Yeah, Canelo's. Yeah, Demetrius Andreas, man, he don't want that. I don't know if he wanted or what, because remember he was his mandatory at 54. Then he was his mandatory. Now he trying to be his mandatory at 68. And what's up, man? Make it happen.
They've been on his ass, and all you do is run. But we supposed to believe that you is masculine and you supposed to be muy macho and all that bullshit. I ain't buying it. A motherfucker running from a motherfucker is not masculine to me. I don't know where y'all motherfucker came from, or these cats that believe that, because it don't make no sense. If you see a cat on the street, the guy like, man, what's up, and you keep hitting the corner. What's up? You hit the corner again, man. What they saying about you on the street, man? That motherfucker pussy, man. He don't want nothing. That's what they gonna say. Oh, excuse me, man. I know you had your kids. I'm sorry. But that type of thing going on, man. But I really like that fight, and if he somehow wins the fight and everything, man, he get full credit. I don't, because this is one of the guys I want to see him fight. And like I said, man, when he was fighting Triple G, it was really funny to me. I couldn't understand it. How all these Mexican guys was like, man, Triple G. I'm like, man, y'all ain't got your boys back. Nah, man, Triple G. I had him over the house, man. We watching the fight, man. I'm looking around mesmerized. I thought y'all was down for y'all, right? But somehow now, when that other guy on the other side got a little bit more tint to him, they come together on that shit. I don't know what the hell it is. But I was like, man, look. When he got that big money and all that deal and everything, he started fighting the guys that he fought and everything. I was like, man, nah, he ain't trying to be great, man. I understand you protecting your money and you making your money. Okay, then say so. Like Floyd did. I'm Money Mayweather. He told you this is what I'm after, the money. He didn't go after undisputed. That's why, and Canelo just recently did that because David Benavidez was out of there. There wasn't nobody in that division but Caleb Plant anyway that he would have had to fight. So that's one fight out of 4, and you can run the gamut. And he ran it. Okay, boom, you did it. But what happened at 160? Why you didn't want to run that game? The guy you said it was a horrible fighter. Everybody laughed. Big day. What you laughing at this joke for? Motherfucker, you been running from this dude right here. So I don't understand what the laugh is. You the joke. The man standing here talking about he still won't fight you. But you talking about big day. Everybody thought that was a huge hit. How can you let a coward get away from running from a dude and talk trash? But you a horrible fighter. Horrible, but you ain't getting your bitch ass in the ring with him. Why nobody putting the flashlight on him and calling them out about it?
Yeah.
That's what I said,
man. Like people like Gary Russell Jr. Like out of respect to me, him calling out guys and trying to that's not honorable nowadays. It's like back in the day, the throwback back in the day, man. People would have been like, man, they would have called people out like he's calling you out, but you ain't stepping up, but y'all ain't saying y'all want to fight him. Something ain't right about that. You know, like
Exactly.
it's people just not. It's certain things that are honorable in this era. It's a little different.
Exactly. It's like my man Walter said, Kelly Plant talked that shit about Jamal, and Jamal checked his ass on the spot. That's right. Oh, hold on. Yeah, man. Watcher was right about that though, man. That's the thing too. And I wouldn't mind seeing Kelly Plant and Jamal fight. You know, that's a good fight too. And I think Kelly Plant need to be getting more celebrated for what he did against Canelo too, because most people thought he couldn't do that. You know.
Yeah, you're right. You know, see him. I mean, it's a few different fights he can get in the mix with.
Yeah.
Caleb Plant. You know, you got Anthony Durrell still there, but I know
Yeah.
Anthony Durrell. He said he only want Canelo. There ain't no way you can only
Man.
if you gonna fight, you only finna fight Canelo.
Yeah. Oh, I think Durrell went to 175 now though.
That's Andre Durrell. His brother is at
Oh, okay,
5. He's at
okay,
168.
okay. Yeah, man. You know, I mean, those are some good ones right there, and it's lined up for Caleb, man. And you know, you would think that America was ready for Caleb Plant. You know, they should have been waiting for Caleb Plant. You know, they celebrated Tyson Fury for 5 minutes, but they done with him, as you can clearly see. They ain't got no interest in him anymore.
What you think about Caleb Plant versus Benavidez?
I like that too, and that should have happened before too. But Benavidez messed that up. You know, he not being disciplined. You know, that fight would have happened, and I don't even think Canelo would even had undisputed if that fight had took place. I don't think he wanted to go up there. He didn't want to fight both of them guys. You know, and I think he figured one guy I'll try that one, but these other three, you know, I knew pretty much Caleb Smith, man. Oh man, I just, you know, I'm just tired of that. And anybody who's a true boxing fan should have been tired of that. You know, just like Roy Jones. Roy Jones had to search far and long and hard and wide to find somebody to fight. Now, when Roy cleaned out everybody, and there was no question, he had nobody. There was, you know, he was number one, and there ain't no question about it. He had to go searching for challenges. You see Canelo do that now without fighting the best guys that's out there now who's presenting the challenges. Oh, this guy can't, that guy can't, this and all that. So mad, man. Come on, man, miss me with that. I can't roll with nobody like that, man. That ain't it. And we boys, we coming from the corner store, we walking home down the street, and all of a sudden the dudes roll up, and then all of a sudden you start posing all these questions, and dude want smoke. I don't want to see you talking. It's time to rumble. You know? So if you doing them type of thing, man, you can't roll with me. That's not happening. You know, and how can people all of a sudden latch on to the guy and say how great he is and how he's this and that, and he's the best Mexican fighter? Well, you ain't had no wars, and then you won't fight Mexicans. You won't fight Mexicans, and you won't fight the brothers out here that's out here presenting. So how can you even put your name in the hat as being the best anything? It don't even make sense to me. Salute Sir Ken in the building, man. Number one sub in the house.
Salute to Sir Ken. Salute.
Yeah, I just, you know, that stuff bothers me to no end, man. And then you're a fighter. There ain't no shame in losing. It's a lot of times you can lose and get more respect from a loss than you can from a win. You know, and some people don't understand that, man. Look at Gary Russell in that fight. Now, technically, they say he lost, but look how gallantly he fought. And look, I mean, he fought that man with his feet and his left with a straight left hand. That's it. I mean, if you go down to the local gym and you see two cats sparring, and the guy's sparring a guy and he's doing that to him, you're like, damn, man. Cat out there with he just got a straight left hand. That's it. That's all he working. And he working, old boy. Hell, man, that's going to impress you. Who is that dude? What is his name? What weight class he fight? You all want to know all about this dude. He done caught your eye now. You interested. You want to see more of that because you saw some talent that the average cat can't do. Can't do it, man. Man, who can't appreciate that? You know? And then I don't like these manufactured fighters because that's what it seemed like to me when it comes to Canelo. He became manufactured. In the beginning, he was hungry and he was going out there. And I have to admit, when I saw him fight Floyd, I was impressed with the dude. That's what made me kind of become a fan of his. I was like, damn, this dude out here, man, he in there grinding with him, man. He out there with Floyd, you know. Had a couple of interchanges. I was like, okay, damn, he did better than I thought he would do. So that kind of caught my eye. I kind of kept my eye on him, you know. I wasn't, you know, totally in love, but, you know, I was like, let me see how this guy developed, what goes on, how he moves, what's going on with him. You know, but now, you know, it's like, nobody gets a chance, but you was given a chance. You didn't earn that Floyd Mayweather undercard. You fought 40 bombers in Mexico.
Hey,
You know
who I love to see get himself back in the game, and I see him, you know, Charles Hadley. Man, my man Charles Hadley, man, it's like he working himself back together, man. You know, I love to see him get back in the mix.
Okay, that's what's up, man.
He at 154 though.
At 154?
Yeah, he from out there. He from Dallas, Texas.
No joke, man. Okay, that's what I see. What I'm saying, man. It's a lot of cats, man, and according to their breaks, you know, where people, you know, end up and be and all that stuff, you know, because politics playing it now. You know, you got these people with the suits and ties, and they trying to control boxing another way. When boxing was built on the tradition is, I got a fighter right here that's better than any fighter out there. And if you got a fighter over there where you say is, and you say, well, okay, then we're going to have to see. I'm going to put money down that my guy can beat your guy. You're going to have to match me or top me as monetarily as who's going to do what where. And now you pay your fighters. We got a sport. You know, Tony, salute to Tony Nemhard. What's up, fellas? Please.
What up, Appleseed? Guys from Clubhouse. Salute, brother. Salute.
Yeah,
right.
Sir, brothers.
Yeah, man. So that's what I like about it, man. When guys, you know, go out there. TS Boxing in the building. What up, man?
Salute, TS Boxing. What up? What up?
Yeah, man. That's the thing about it, man. But it will be a refreshing for the sport of boxing if Canelo does fight Jamal, because this has been talked about for years. It's been built up. A man has been on his ass for years. I mean, he goes and beats the guy Derenchenko that Canelo also ducked. You know, he's supposed to fight Derenchenko, never did, because he saw what Derenchenko did with Triple G. So he didn't try it either. But he went in there and beat him and maintained his spot as your mandatory challenger. That's the guy you're supposed to fight. Before all of a sudden, here come this franchise, you know, franchise belt, and he's a franchise, this and that. Come on, man. For what he's accomplished in the sport. Okay, who he beat?
Right.
They can, you know,
Right.
Their thing is, well, he beat champions. What champions? You know what I'm saying? You went to Europe and ran the gamut with all the European champions, but nobody clearly thinks any of them guys are the best fighters in boxing, but they happen to have belts, you know. Nowadays, you know, anybody can get a title shot. It ain't like it used to be, you know. It's supposed to be a certain way, but we know how doors open for certain fighters, and they get that opportunity. I mean, I ain't taking away what Josh Taylor did, because Josh fought everybody he needed to fight. He went in there and he got his thing, man. Salute to him. But 16, 17 fights, you already getting them fights. And you got guys that were much better fighters than you that got to fight 10, 12 more fights than you do just to get the first opportunity you got at 16. And, you know, it's something to be said about that. And it's got to be put in the equation, because now that people are saying, oh, Josh Taylor can beat this guy, he can do this, he can do all that. But who really, you know, he beat those guys. He beat Ramirez. Okay, that's fine. But how great is Ramirez? Is a Ramirez going to be one of the top 3 or 4 fighters in boxing right now, or even in the division? I don't know. I mean, you know, why haven't you rematched my boy Regis Prograis? You know, that fight was so damn close. That should have definitely been a rematch involved. And why, when a brother like that lose, he don't get the rematch? He can't go back and get the get back. You know, when it should be the main thing, because it was a great fight. It was a great fight to see. Why not have it again? Boxing should be like, no, they got to automatically do that again.
It should be Richard Prograis versus Josh Taylor too, man. Like, see, that's what I'm saying. Nowadays, it ain't the same, man. Back then, we had trilogies, man. You would get good fights out of these guys. Now it's just one fight. You know what I'm saying? Because of the way everything, the stipulations with the contracts and all the extra, man, they need to get that. They need to change that, man. They can get back to the way it was, man.
Yeah, because it used to be you get a rematch based on how good the fight was.
Correct. It makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Now, now it's because when you hurt that champ's feeling, he gets a rematch because of just that. Shit. Back then, if the fight was close and good, the champ might have won. He might have won 2 of them. We want to see a trilogy because the first 2 was so damn good.
And that's why the draw ain't giving out. The draw will force a rematch in a way, They call it how it is.
Yeah.
And that's what they should have did for Gary, like my brother Baseman said. He should at least got a draw out that deal.
Exactly.
So they would have had to run it back.
You can't beat a champ. How you take the champ belt like that?
Exactly.
Come on. But the guy promoter is saying that they want to give Gary a rematch, but they can't wait so long. But they know Gary's situation with his arm, so it just seemed kind of
Okay. See, it's why has it been? He said he had that injury since 2008. Like, why he ain't handle that? Why he just ain't handle that?
No. I didn't say that.
No. I heard him say in the interview that the injury had really occurred back in like 2008. It's just something that they said over time it could heal on its own. Like, I'm just saying throughout these years, why do you think he just never really went on ahead and just got that really handled?
Yeah, I couldn't tell because I didn't know he said if he said that it was, but I don't know why he did not get it done. But when he made the Olympic team, so
right. He said, yeah. I heard an interview. He said he had the injury, but he said doctors told him that he can build the muscle up around the tendon, and it'll be cool. And that's the way he chose. Instead, he opted that instead of surgery. I'm just thinking, like, all these years, why wouldn't he just went and had surgery?
Right. I don't know, man. I mean, you got to thinking about his career, man. You got to be young, and you know what I'm saying, and he got it. You want to, get that bag. You know what I'm saying? So he got up there now. It's to the point where I don't understand. I couldn't tell you why, but one thing I could say is he ran it up, man. He was, he became champion. That was one, something that he really wasn't. To be honest with you, his goal was to be an Olympian gold medalist. Like, he wanted to win the Olympics. He didn't get that, so he told it to himself that I'm gonna become world champion. Because when he was young, when he was out there running around, me and him, he wasn't so much about. It wasn't so much about becoming a world champion for him. So that was something that just kind of, you know what I'm saying? Like, he put that up on himself because of what happened at the Olympics. He wanted to get that to the people out in Maryland. But yeah, Gary, man, he's different, man. Like, I mean, if you want to say, like, sit back and wait and let an injury hold your costs when this is how you make a living, I don't know if you can do that. You know what I mean? How could you make a living? How you make your money,
True that.
Like I say, he ran it up, so it's kind of, if that's what he did all that injury and he made it this far, that's, man.
Hey, do you think that the healing process for whatever to take care of the surgery is lengthy or something? Do you think it's a lengthy healing process to go through on rebuilding that shoulder?
See me, I don't know much. I don't know. I couldn't say. I don't know. But I just wonder. I hope not. I hope it's something that. But with most things though, time heals all wounds. We know. So I think it's something that's gonna have to take some tender love and give it some time, man. And hopefully he be able to get back out there, man, and do his thing.
Yeah. Yeah, man, that was just sad. I was sad to see that, man. I ain't like that, man. I ain't like that. I would have loved for them to at least gave it a draw, let my man get his shoulder healed, and then came back and fought the rematch.
Yeah, I just think it's boxing and business, man. They don't want to. They're not trying to sit back on. They want. That's when you, like I say, Gary independent, man, doing things that a little different, you know. And when you're going against it, sometimes it's the powers above that be, you know. You ain't running with the machine like that. But who they want in the front holder, but yet it's still, I think he's gonna get a shot, man. I just hope he get a shot again and get back out there and do it, because the guys didn't want to fight him when he was the champion. So now he don't got no mandates. Now he don't got no. The belt was what he had, you know, to the point where they wanted to scratch the belt. You know, they wanted to get the belt. Young, hungry, new gunslingers. You know, it's always new gunslingers in the sport. But now it's like, who fights Gary now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And like one thing about Gary, man, he ain't gonna rob the people.
Man, and the main
Gary pick.
Yeah, and the main thing, Gary need to be getting that Lomachenko fight. That's what need to be happening. Lomachenko ain't doing shit. He ain't fighting nobody. Get on back in there, running back over there with that man. That's a big fight right there. That shit happen.
We want that. He want that.
Yeah.
He want that.
Hell yeah.
He want tank fight, but he really want. Those are the two fights he really want.
Yeah, but he definitely deserved that Lomachenko fight more than anything, because Lomachenko got out of there with some old lucky shit.
He could be Lomachenko, man. I'm telling you, if he boxed like how he boxed, you see how he boxed after he got injured?
Bro, he dropped
the
him.
movement, not sit. You cannot sit in front. You cannot sit in front of Lomachenko like that. You gotta see Gary was stationary target, but when he started moving, and if he got both arms, a healthy Gary Russell is a dangerous Gary Russell.
Exactly.
But
and people forget that he dropped him in that first fight, man. You know, people know.
They didn't count that. They didn't count it. He still lost a split decision.
Yeah, conveniently.
They counted that. It could have been a draw.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. And just like that,
Tyrone in the
building. There he is.
What's going on, guys, man? Thanks for dropping that link, Basement. Shout out everybody on the panel. Black Star, Russell Court, Basement. Yeah, man. This Gary Russell stuff is sad because I really like Gary Russell and I followed him for a long time. I mean, a lot of the guys that I see piling on him and making videos and saying he's boring and he's this and that and he's not fighting. When is Gary Russell fighting again? Listen, for those people saying that, most of them didn't even watch Gary Russell fight. I mean, it was a non-issue. They didn't even know really who he was. They just made it a big deal because he's a PBC fighter, and they're trying to push the thing that these PBC guys aren't fighting. If they don't fight, it's none of your business. You're not putting money in their pocket. The networks pay these guys. Most of these fights aren't even on pay-per-view anyway. The hardcores who think they move the needle don't move the needle. I mean, I had to learn this the hard way. Exactly. People are talking about it and stuff, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're going to fight who they want to fight, and the promoters are going to pay for who they want their fighters to fight. The fans, I mean, Broner did a poll on Twitter 8 years ago or 9 years ago now, or about 8 years ago, about who he wanted to fight next. Who did they pick to fight? Maidana, and what happened to him? Down slope from there. So I think sometimes it's back and forth really because, like, I got to really put myself in the fighter's shoes. I don't know what Gary Russell went through those past 2 years. When he fights, I appreciate that he does. He doesn't want to fight. He don't really owe it to nobody else, you know, except for his belt obligations or whatever. And I still thought he boxed him up with one hand. But guys aren't going to give it that. They're going to say Magsayo is going to open up the division, blah, blah, blah. But it's not. I don't have anything against that guy. I mean, he seems like a cool guy. He seems like that's why he dropped to his knees, because he knew it was a close fight that he felt he got boxed up too. So it's like, I mean, it's really just the dark side of boxing. I mean, we see how people act and guys on the internet, you know, making issues out of guys they didn't watch to begin with.
Exactly.
Like, not fighting. He's not fighting. How dare he doesn't fight? How dare he doesn't make those fights? And what are you doing? Are you going to pay him money? Are you going to be supporting his camp? Are you going to go run with him? Are you going to try to help out strength and conditioning? Are you going to try to promote this guy on your social media? You're not doing nothing. You're just sitting talking about it. They're just haters, I think. And that's what kind of pissed me off. I actually made a video. It said, what was it? I said, Gary Russell hasn't fought in 2 years. And I put next to it in all caps, so what? It's none of your business. You guys still watch him anyway. And that's what it is. I think the real fans appreciate what happens, and everything else. I mean, these guys, you don't want to see them start talking all slurred and everything and be like, "Oh, too bad." Well, they don't want to get like that either. So
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, and then now here he sits now. What's going to be next? You know, boxing been treating him, you know, bogus for a good while. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of great opportunities, a lot of big fights was missed because for whatever reason, other fighters is allowed to duck. But like right now at this time, you know, where he is in his career and where a guy like Leo Santa Cruz is, it seems like they need to be matching that up. That needs to come together because both guys need that fight.
maybe Gary Russell's got a shoulder injury. Leo never wanted to fight him for whatever reason. I mean, his son's named Al, so make that make sense. You got it's like it's just a negative because Gary Russell's been window shopping with these guys for years. I mean, Carl Frampton was with PBC a while ago. Him and Leo Santa Cruz fought twice. Rigondeaux didn't fight either of these guys. Gary Russell couldn't fight Rigondeaux. I mean, they haven't made. I mean, I don't know if Rigondeaux moved up or what. I think he might still be at 122. But like Gary,
right now.
What?
He moved back down in weight. I think
yeah, he was out. He came up to 130 for the Lomachenko fight, and then he went all the way back down to 122. He was at 118.
Hey, you guys. Hey, I got to come up out of here. I got some company just came by. I got to make the show cut. I got to cut the show a little early, brother. I apologize, brother. Hey, I thank everybody for coming out, man. Tyrone, C, and Black Star, bro. We can get at it. You gonna do your show tomorrow?
Yeah, 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern Time. Black Star Sports TV on the original channel. Come check us out. We're gonna be talking that boxing as well, for sure. Appreciate everybody, you know, coming through. Subscribe to my good brother Basement, and all the good brothers that you see come through here because they know what they're talking about.
We'll talk to you brothers, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all.
Action, man.
Yeah. Appreciate y'all guys coming out, bro. I look forward to y'all next week, bro. You guys come back anytime. You already know.
Already.
Yep. Peace out.
All right.
Take care, brother.
All right, thanks.
Salute.
Salute.